Hey. All right, we're live, pal. Well, folks, happy Father's Day, everybody. That's right. Ain't that right, Christian Cage? Can you tell everybody first? First of all, Christian Cage, tell everybody first.
How's everybody's father feeling today?
That's right. Happy Father's Day. All right. Happy Father's Day, folks. And welcome, of course. Kicking it off right now. So get your snacks and get your beverages ready here on this Father's Day because a new episode here on Circle Debate. As we're going to go ahead and kick it off. Are we going to get a potential buy for TNA? What is the future for TNA? Is another rebranding we're getting here. And of course, this episode is called Uncertain Agenda because there's a lot of uncertain agendas happening here on the product, unfortunately. Everywhere. You know, we're going to be previewing Night of Champions, Great American Bash, TNA's Slammiversary, Forbidden Door, and the G1 Climax preview as well. And the biggest question of all time we're going to be doing here is debating is, of course, should pro wrestling talent create a union? So get your snacks ready, get your beverages ready, because it's about that time, and let's debate, baby. It's time!
Let's go! It's time to be the GOAT. It's time to enter God mode, man, let's get it going. I wanna be the greatest, energy is overflowing. I know I'm stoking the fire, my desire's taking over. Not tired, I'm inspired, rewired. I know just what is required. My brain knows how to decipher the messages, looking brighter. Already paid up the pipe, but my game is getting much tighter. I feel my body on fire. I hope you're ready for battle. You better get on the saddle. We got some demons to tackle, yeah. We about to put on a show. These haters don't even know. They're in too deep like a hole. And they about to find out what it means when you enter into my house. How it feels when you always seem to strike out. Cause I don't lose, no I win, I go wall out. So we'll keep fighting till the end. And we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end.
Man, I'm fucking loving that new theme song, man. Shout out to the effects, folks. And welcome, everyone, to the Circle Debate Podcast, of course, the flagship show, baby. Episode 277, folks. The Uncertain Agenda. That is right, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the host, Steve, is one I've been seeing with my other host, the man, our attorney at law, the Esquire of all Esquires. He has the LLC for a reason, folks. He course, because this man is this man right here.
He'll represent you, and you'll be lucky. He'll win you 1.2, maybe 3. Oh, he's a fucking Pepsi. Just call 1-900-Mussolini. And for a low fee of $3.99, he will give you expert legal advice and a free can of Pepsi.
Pepsi Film, Pepsi, not responsible. See the wrong kind of Pepsi. Top of Wrestling Talk, Circle Debate are all sponsors. Ad.
Call today.
Money's on the way. Call Pepsi
today. Right now. And remember, he will fight for you.
He will. Pepsi. Esquire. All right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man, the fight for Charlotte needs to live. That is some bullshit. I already heard Dom screaming at the screen when she lost.
Oh,
I wasn't even watching Raw, and I just heard a disturbance in the force.
You feel the force. What up, Redeemer? Steven, what is good? What is good? And happy Saturday, happy Sunday, folks, and happy Father's Day. Again, hopefully you guys are going to have an incredible Father's Day today. But we're here to have a lot of discussion today, folks. And, we're just going to talk about, of course, a lot of things been happening since last week we were here and then we were seeing the news as it was coming up. And then more details was coming into it. So we're going to kick it off, of course, with this right here. And shout out to Mr. National. What is going on? Happy Father's Day, Mr. National. Happy Father's Day to you. So everybody, even though, let's say, if you're a pet owner or anything, if you're still a father, happy Father's Day. So That is right, folks. As we're gonna kick it off. Oh, Jesus, I got the wrong one. But we're gonna kick it off here for TNA, of course, potential buyer. So, what is the future of TNA here, Pepsi? Because we got Tommy Dreamer just left. He mutual agreement. Of course, we heard Tessa giving her, explanation why she left because they can make a decision. Then we also had Sami Callihan, who actually got let go, because he explained the situation, what happened on Busted Open. He explained, I got the call. They told me, hey, we got to part ways. And he was already thinking, okay, I might be the new head creator for TNA. So because we had Tommy was the head of creator was the head creative. He was talent relations, but that's already now pretty much open. Delirious was not technically, he's part of creative, but he's in line to be the head creative. But there's somebody else who TNA is having the potential to look at it, and that is, of course, Road Dogg. They're looking at him to bring him in for that case. Now, we're hearing now that there might be a potential sale, including with AMC's contract. But it looks, and they're asking for kicking it off at 30 million, 40 million, 50 million is what they're looking for. So, and this is including with the AMC contract. Remember, AMC, however, can still, and once their contract's up with AMC, they could just, be like, nope, that's it. And by the looks of it, it looks like Anthem is losing money, and this is the reason why a lot of these cuts are happening. But the weird thing about this, Pepsi Phil, is that we had Trey Miguel just re-signed, Tasha Steelz just re-signed. And it just, I don't know what the heck is the future for the product itself.
As far as I'm concerned, TNA already been sold.
Really?
They sold out as soon as they went in partnership with WWE and started giving away their talent. Literally, as far as I'm concerned, TNA stopped being TNA the day they entered into a partnership with WWE and they disappeared. Literally, when their talent started going back and forth with NXT and losing, TNA's lost who they were, lost their identity. And now when you find out that they're forming a partnership with OVW, which is basically WWE's feeder program, as far as I'm concerned, TNA might as well have already been bought. The only real difference is they need to sign on a dotted line. Anthem just needs to stop losing money and give it to WWE at this point. Because here's the problem. Sami Callihan, put it like this. If you look at TNA's fabric 2 years ago, Sami Callihan fit in perfectly there.
Yes.
After merging with WWE, Sami Callihan did not exist at TNA.
Oh.
Because let's face it, Sami Callihan is a different kind of breed. He's a different kind of cat. He does not fit in the WWE, and TNA has a very specific set of looks that they like. And Sami Callihan breaks all of them.
He was like the heart and soul TNA, man, what he did. He bled for TNA.
And there were several people. Him, the franchise, the franchise boy, Steve Macklin. Also another heart and soul of that group. And let's face it, none of them would, if TNA does this merger, and pretty much as far as I'm concerned, they already did, they're pretty much giving up their soul for basically the same thing. That, remember, to give you a perfect example, and I know I'm rambling, but here's the thing. Remember when TNA had a partnership with NWA?
Yes.
Back in the day, but at a certain point, they had to break off from that because at a certain point, NWA felt like they weren't really doing anything. Because let's face it, Ron Killings won the belt, and he spent more time on TNA with the NWA title than he did fighting on NWA. NWA was like, yo, we got to break this up because we are disappearing.
Yeah.
The problem now is that TNA Anthem does not care. They're just trying to unload this baby.
Yeah.
So
that's the sad part, because I mean they got the library they have, and it's like, I mean, WWE, they could buy the library itself and just buy the name, right? And they could do what they did for WCW, right? If you recall, like they just bought bought everybody else who they were interested to bringing in their contracts and have them, hey, you know what, we'll get your contract, we'll buy it out, we'll bring you in, and the rest just let it be, let them get their paid, and then bygones be bygones. I mean, that could be the direction that we're heading to, possibly.
But the problem is they're doing the one thing I hated. If they don't really have anything for anyone, they send them to these other promotions, have them kill. The other promotions have to bend to these new folks coming in, and any storyline the promotion's working on pretty much gets set back because these new folks have come down and they have to like bow down, Alex, and they have to bow down to let's face it, they're the guys that run the business. So it's like if someone says, and this is no shade to Chad Gable or El Grande Americano, who we don't know who that is. Because let's face it, those two are great, but let's face it, if you look at AAA, what was the best storyline out of AAA? The El Grande Americano fight.
Yes.
El Grande Americano is a WWE product. AAA's product should be at least one of the things people talk about.
Yeah.
And like I said, the same thing is happening in TNA. Like, think about it. TNA, quote unquote, did a pseudo invasion, which I think I gave Justin shit because he wasn't being patient about it. Because I was like hoping.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was hoping the invasion thing might turn into something, but it didn't. Basically, they had TNA come in basically to essentially train the newbies there, but it didn't really do anything. TNA talent barely won, if ever, when they attempted to show up there. I think the only person who really won there was probably Santana and Joe Hendry. Two people who are basically going to WWE anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Henry's already there, so it's just like Santana's the last one resort, and then you still have Leon Slater too, that we don't even know what's his future is.
First of all, if I'm WWE, I'm not going to be a moron not take Leon Slater. First chance I get, I'm throwing money at that boy to make him come.
Yeah,
like
they're already throwing money at Santana, so
even I mean, that's going to be on Leon Slater. But truth be told, NXT is a bigger stage. He makes more money at NXT. I don't see why he wouldn't take that money. Unless AEW comes in and steals him, he's going to WWE. But the truth of the matter is, and Justin posted something about this, for the most part, TNA's gone. At this point, it is just a feeder program for WWE and the talent.
Do you think they can make that as their fourth brand? So basically, like you have Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and TNA being their fourth brand, like in a way.
Why would they make it a brand? There's no reason to. Raw and SmackDown are their two babies. NXT is the pipeline,
and they're doing a great job, better than Raw and SmackDown, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the truth of the matter is all you really need is talent going into NXT. You get them trained, and then you send them up to the Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, they're not going to put much into TNA because, like I said. Like I said, people who get cut end up at TNA anyway.
They should have sold this to Scott D'Amore when Scott D'Amore had investors and they were offering $10 million already for it, and they denied that. They really like, nope, sorry, pal. Now you're asking for $40 million, $50 million for that with the AMC.
I mean, with the deal, at best they'll probably get 25.
I think that's where TKO probably will offer that. Maybe they'll probably offer what probably Scott D'Amore offer. You know what? I'll give you 12 instead of 10. I'll give you 12. That's it.
I think in Mexico go for is probably 25.
Yeah,
because they want the library, and the library is definitely worth 25.
Yeah, it's probably even worth a little bit more, I would say. But
whether it is or it isn't, I don't think they're going above 25.
Okay,
because I don't think because AAA went for 3 times that, and if I'm not mistaken, AAA went for like $100 million. And let's face it,
it went like a little bit like.
Here's the thing: TNA is nowhere near AAA.
No.
Even with the AMC deal, they are nowhere near AAA.
And it sucks that it happened right at the bad time, right at the beginning of the year when they got the AMC deal, and then all this rebranding again, and then this situation. It's like, then what the fuck? Like you just, it sucks.
As far as I'm concerned, the only reason they got the AMC deal is because they were already working with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the point. They figured they had WWE. They used that as leverage. And unfortunately, because of that leverage, they're going to be bought by the same company that they were, or I guess, beefing with. But like I said, honestly, as far as I'm concerned,
actually, Pepsi was about to get into that, Anthony.
yeah, we just talked about that. Yeah. So they have a deal with OVW, which almost guarantees they're a feeder system for WWE at this point. Because think about it. It used to be you go to OVW, you either go to Evolve or you go to NXT. My guess is what they're going to do is they're going to do OVW, TNA, NXT, maybe drop an Evolve or not, depending on how Evolve.
No, they're going to keep Evolve. They're going to
Evolve. Yeah, Evolve's a UK thing, so they're not going to get rid of it. But it's going to be OVW, TNA, NXT, and then the main roster.
Yeah, it's a lot of steps. It's a lot of fucking steps.
It's a lot of steps. Yeah, but think about it. From a training perspective, it makes perfect sense. Think about it. You go to OVW to get like the basics in. You go to TNA to get TV, get used to being on TV.
Yeah.
You go to NXT to learn how to be on WWE TV.
Yeah.
And then from there, you go to the main roster. And the entire time from OVW to NXT, you're getting trained how to work WWE style.
Yeah.
And let's face it,
yeah. It's not worth that money, to be honest. It's not. So
that's why I said 25 max.
That's why, like, for Len Asper to ask for that, like, you're ridiculous. Nobody's gonna pay you that much money for that. I'm right. Like, you're right what you're saying. Like, the library itself is even just the library itself is like 25. You know, so I don't see nobody really jumping to, hey, you know what? Here's 40 million. Let me get, and I don't see that. I would see it's gonna go way less than, I would say around what you're saying. 25 is the highest that probably, let's say if Scott has the potential to get $15 million, but it's too late already now because he already has.
I'll be honest. Why would Scott want to buy that shit now?
I know it's too late already. So
yeah, it's not even too late. It's like it's one of those things where it's like you pissed on it so much, it's no longer worth what Scott would spend for it. Like, it's not a matter of whether Scott, because honestly, I think he's doing well enough with Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
Oh, he's doing great. He already got a TV deal with Canada already every Thursday. So it's like
exactly, like, why would he, like, he doesn't need to care about, and truth be told, doing TNA in America means he has to compete with WWE, which he does not want to bother with.
Yeah. Let's see. What if people forget AAA was WWE second choice? Originally, they wanted to buy CMLL. That didn't happen. AAA was their consolation prize.
It was, and some stuff, yeah, because at that point, AAA was losing a lot of money. People were concerned about them, and CMLL was on the come up. And they actually had, and I hate to say it this way, but CMLL had better talent with their guys, and not so much like more talented guys, but more charismatic talent.
Well, they do, and then not only that, but when they bought 3 arenas, it's like they had the potential already there, so they were not gonna like go down anytime soon. They were gonna come back up. You know, then the stories that CML was already having inputted at the time. So, you know, you're right. Like the Peña family was already at the situation. Like, man, we had no other alternative option because it's like there's no stories there. Like there were certain stories AAA, but it wasn't selling tickets like what they expectations.
Yeah, so them selling out the WWE makes perfect sense, and I do understand the reasoning behind it. The problem is that they just literally said for takers. They didn't actually have any kind of like criteria behind it. Going, we want to still run it. We just talked about that. Honestly, if I'm him, I'm putting my money into Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, remember because WWE he jumped on it right away because WWE the trading mark for it expired, so they didn't renew it. And so Scott Moore was like, he called them, "Hey, I'm gonna get this shit." And he's like, and that's where Skippy was like, "Go ahead, it's all yours."
And truth be told, Anthem pretty shady anyway. I don't even know if he want to deal with them.
I feel like Anthem is gonna end up selling to TKO. They're gonna merge somehow, some way. They're gonna merge with TKO.
And I'm not. And here's the problem. I guarantee you, when they buy TNA, at least half the roster is gonna get cut.
Yeah,
because they ain't got that money.
Yeah.
I mean, the executives do, but they're not spending their own money to buy stuff. 30. You are.
I don't know about 30.
You a high roller, sir.
I don't know about 30. Let's see. What's up? What is going on, Henry? Happy Father's Day, puppy. And of course,
15 months. 15 I'm going 6, brother.
I say by the end of this year, possibly.
Yeah.
I say by the end of this year. I don't see like another year.
I think they're gonna buy TNA in 6 months. Carlos Silva, in 6 months after that's gonna get fired.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be gone. And that's another guy who has never been in the sport of professional wrestling. He's been on MMA course, so that's a sport he's been to. Mm-hmm. So he's like he's fresh of this situation. He's like, I don't like he needs to have people to get on his brain. He's like, hey pal, like, and he had them potentially.
All I know is Steve Macklin was 5 minutes from saying Carlos Silva could suck his dick.
He wasn't on live television.
I mean, Deanna must have said, calm down, son. Calm down, baby.
Let's see. I wouldn't even consider Redeemer saying they don't even worth millions. They never felt like $1 million company.
I mean,
yep. JB will be in charge of TNA. That's for sure. But I don't think so. JB is already would take her in charge of AAA. Mm-hmm. So he already has a lot. No, I know that, Henry. We're not. CMLL is not going anywhere. We know that. That's a fact. That's a fact. Even the library doesn't even just makes worth millions. In a way, I mean,
the library at best might be worth 1 or 2 million.
Yes.
But then it's like the rest of it, you can squeeze out. Like I said, I mean, I think 10 is a more reasonable number.
Yeah.
If they hold fast, maybe they can get 15, max 20. But I don't think they're getting 25.
Yeah, I don't
think they're 25. I think in truth it's going to be 10 million because honestly, it's not like they were killing it beforehand.
Oh yeah. And Anthony has a question for us. Question for both of you guys. You saw the original Parka in his prime in WCW. Do you think his technical ability inside the ring gets underrated because it was so charismatic?
It's kind of funny. His technical ability is why he's so charismatic. So you can't have one without the other. Like Parka works because he's so good. His charisma makes just highlights that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that man should not move the way he does.
The way he moved, man.
That is almost supernatural. Hence the name.
Yeah. Damn you, Bill Goldberg, you were fucked up because you.
But do I think La Parka is underrated? In America, I think he's underrated.
Oh yeah, he in America, yes, underrated.
In Mexico, he is not. In Japan, he is not.
They loved him over there. Loved him over there. That guy was like, man, I could tell you. Henry said 5 million.
I mean, I think 6 months. Yes, 5 million. It's not an ugly number.
Mm-hmm. No. He's talking about the original one, Henry. But shout out to Brother Nero. Somebody show some love. Hope doing Happy Father's Day, Brother Nero. Hope you're enjoying with Angela and the kids, of course, your Father's Day today. If TKO buys TNA at the end of the year, maybe most of TNA roster in the Rumble. Yes, that could be the case.
I mean, that could be the case. That's all they're going to be really good for.
Like I know, like imagine if Tony Khan steps up and actually buys TNA. Oh my God, that would be something.
But why would he?
I know. There's no reason for it.
Like honestly, he needs to focus on ROH, which he's coming real close to getting ROH's own TV deal soon.
That's the agenda that he's trying to do.
There's no reason to spend that much money for TNA until ROH is locked in.
I mean, De Niro's saying because he could put the radio library on myaew.com.
He could.
Yeah, he could do that.
I mean, that is fair, but I mean, let's face it. I mean,
yeah.
Yes.
100%. Yeah, no, we're talking about the original, not La Parka. You know, it's a difference. La Parka, okay, you have to understand, is LA Park is where is here in North America. Yeah. That's not the original. That's LA Park. Yeah, he was, I think, he took over, I think, he was the second one or the third one. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Right? He was the second or third one, somewhere around there, right?
I think he was the second. I think he was the second one.
And that's when he became LA Park. So that I remember. So I know he became that. And so that's for sure. We see, yep, they were bought out for 20.
Mm-hmm. But let's face it, TNA is nowhere near what WCW was.
No, it's nowhere near that. Not even 20 million, I would say. So, I don't. I'm telling you, man. It sucks for the future for TNA, man. Because
I feel bad for the talent.
Exactly, that's what I feel bad for. It deserves that, but so much potential.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, and they're really putting great. They're really putting some good stories. Me doing the watch along for Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really good stories, man. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if you saw the one I posted on the chat. AJ Francis busting that old school VH1 behind the scene of music.
Yeah, I mean, on his way out the door.
Tell me how he didn't look like Suge Knight. He looked like Suge Knight with the cigar and then high-fived the kids. I'm like, man, what's wrong with you, man? And then
AJ Francis is a perfect example of a pretty good wrestler who ain't found himself yet.
Man, I can tell you that this character he's doing, I like it, man. I like what he's doing. I like
him too, and it's like the problem I'm having with him is like he finally found his. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. He finally starting to find his niche.
Yep.
And he's gonna get screwed by this.
I know, man. That's where it hurts me right there. It hurts here, like how he said on the fucking promo, but realistically, it's gonna hurt here.
Because literally all these shifts in control and leadership, these storylines, it's gonna screw up him. It's gonna screw up his writing. I guarantee it. And it took him forever to find the right voice for himself, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Didn't know. Parka, Psychosis, Rey Mysterio, Conan, and ECW, it was fire.
That was insane.
He's gonna be a Henry Parka. That's what you're gonna be. 10 million. Okay.
I think 10 million is probably the only reasonable number. Carlos Silva, I mean, honestly, I think he's like a used car salesman trying to oversell his property.
Pretty much. He's pretty much the face of the situation, speaking for the for the board of directors there. Mm-hmm. Guys, hypothetically, if WWE has ended up buying CMLL when they did, how different would have been that company be? And do you think Tony ends up buying AAA? I can't answer that because we don't even know what will be the future of AEW, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. And
we don't even know.
And truth be told, I think what we have to realize is that Tony's smart enough and shrewd enough to know where he is in the wrestling pond.
Oh, fuck yeah,
he's a pretty decent sized fish. But the biggest fish is WWE, so he can't be making moves to try to match WWE.
No.
He's not even
worried about. I don't think he's even worried about them, to be honest with you.
He's not. So I don't think, like he said, he got ROH only because at the time it made sense for him. It was a good place for him to have talent, and if he's not using talent, to use ROH. And let's face it, ROH to TNA pipeline, ROH to AEW pipeline is pretty wide open. Athena proved that on Collision.
Yes.
So I'm perfect. So I'm perfectly fine with that. But I think Tony's smart enough to know. And I mean, again, I can't speak for the man, obviously. I don't think he's going to overextend himself to buy a third company when honestly a partnership makes more sense for him. Basically, why assume all the risk and all the for some talent versus just forming a company and forming a partnership with a team where you basically just have basically have a super card events every few years.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, as far as I'm concerned, Forbidden Door, as soon as WWE saw that, they started kissing ass with Mexico.
Well, no, that's when they started kissing ass to Noah. Because besides Mexico, they were heading that direction too.
I'm not talking about the Mexico. I'm not talking about the Japan thing. I'm talking about the fact that they started opening themselves up to other companies.
Yeah. Yes.
That's because of Forbidden Door. Because they realized we could do something. All of a sudden now, all the talent that came from Japan, they went, oh, Japan does exist. Maybe we should start doing stuff with them.
Yep.
But again, and the thing with the Mexico and AAA and stuff is one of those.
That rivalry is never going to go away. I mean, we know the history of it and how it all started. So that rivalry is never going to go away.
But the issue that everybody needs to be concerned with is we may end up having another ruthless aggression era.
behind the scenes.
Where literally there's literally only like a small collection of wrestling promotions because WWE is forming these partnerships and basically bullying people out of them.
Yeah.
Now, do not get me wrong. I am no fan of Tessa Blanchard in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
But her situation is something I feel a whole lot of people are going to have to deal with.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because think about it. There is no reason she should have to choose between two promotions that don't compete with each other. But all of a sudden, CMLL is a competition for TNA? I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to that. That's how you could tell that was WWE TKO involved in that situation.
Exactly. There is no reason they should have had a problem with that because let's face it, they do not cross over at all.
No, they never cross paths. So that's something that I don't know why, but we know it's TKO that got involved in that.
But then again, that's why I feel like that's why TNA is pretty much losing their identity. They're not going to get the talent they want, and the talent they want are going to stay for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's one of those situations where it's like they're literally making their decisions based on what their friends are telling them.
I don't know about Raven because his mental condition is not there fully on Anthony, unfortunately. But I could see, yes, I see BG James coming back. I just don't see that. So let's see if Henry. I have seen the Tessa in the audience. Yeah, because she's signed with them too. So
she's not going anywhere, but she's staying with them.
Yeah, I mean, she explained, her reason why, and it's like how you said, it's understanding, and I'm not like disregarding it because, of course, she's gonna choose. First of all, her fiance's there. Two, now with Catalina gone and a couple other talents, it opens the door for her. She's a former tag team champion, of course she is, but she never won a singles title there. So it gives a potential to see probably something for her in the future in the roster for CML.
And the one thing I despise that may end up happening, if she stays with CMLL, from her perspective, if she stays with CMLL, there is a better chance that she'll end up on AEW than WWE TV.
Exactly. That was the whole idea why she decided they ended to come back to TNA in the first place, because it was going to open that door with WWE. But unfortunately, as you can see, that they never had the mentality or the idea of bringing her into, hey, you know what? Let's have a cross pass, having her coming over to the E, which I feel like it would have been, like I'm with you too when it comes to like I separate pro wrestling from a persona. So of course that's something else. I don't respect her with her decisions, what she's done as a person. Her in-ring, I'm not going to disregard her credentials. But I'm saying that we could have gotten a potential Tessa Charlotte. I would have wanted to see that. And so, but it didn't happen. But now we're going to get her in AEW, down the line in the future, maybe. Depending how you see, depending how the relationship still is going with CML and everybody else, which I feel like it's still going to continue, but we just have to see what.
In the words of Big Sean, I don't give a fuck about her. She can stay in CMLL for all I care. As far as I'm concerned, if she shows up in the AEW locker room, she better get them a few good men treatment when she come in there.
She probably will. Yeah, I don't see that either. I really if we're being realistic, I don't see it.
Honestly, I don't see it either. I mean, there's a better chance of her going to ROH than anything else.
That's bad. That's probably the only thing that she'll do is just like ROH. But man, let's talk about this. My Jesus Louise, folks. What a weekend it is happening this weekend. This is what I'm saying. Uncertain agendas, folks. Look at all this. We got Saturday. We got Night of Champions. Already set the 6 matches. So I have to show Pepsi so he could choose what he's intrigued of from Night of Champions. And then we got NXT.
Not a damn thing.
Okay.
Not a damn thing, sir.
Then we got TNA Slammiversary on Sunday. Obviously, they're going to start early because they don't want to compete with Forbidden Door, and they made the right call. So, we got the Amazing Red making his return on the, of course, Ultimate X. So I'm excited to see that. So, he's returning there. And then we also have, of course, Forbidden Door. of course, happening later on that afternoon on Sunday, which is a banger fucking stack card. I am excited for it. And then we have, of course, the at the same time, which is TKO's your bullshit, because I don't know why you're doing this. Your debut for a PLE quote on a pay-per-view, basically. On the same time, with Forbidden Door, you're sacrificing, how Redeemer said yesterday, is like you're putting your land right there, sacrificing it. NXT Great American Bash. So it's like there's a lot of uncertain agendas here. So, man, I don't know where you want to kind of kick it. I mean, we could get up with the E if you want, just to get that elephant out of the room, because, man, what if finals we're gonna get? Right.
The only thing I'm excited about is NXT Great American Bash, because NXT has been putting in the work, and they have been doing good stories.
Yes.
Shout out to Shawn Michaels. But here's the thing. And it's the same problem I've had with Clash of Champions that I've had with WWE and this entire tournament thing. I don't care about anybody's story in this one.
Oh, he did had a bad fallout with AEW. I did forget about that. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot.
Okay.
Tony Blanchard. Yeah, he did have a.
But honestly, I mean, yeah, I'll get on Forbidden Door in a little bit, but here's the problem. I don't care about anybody's story in there.
Which one? I'm talking about on
Night of Champions. Nobody has a storyline that was so compelling that I care about who wins what.
Yeah, it was like I think you remember you said it. This is even Justin too said it too. This is the worst king and queen of the ring. What the fuck?
It's not even that, because like here's the thing: the wrestling in it has been good. The problem is that for WWE, who swears by storylines and stuff, I don't see anybody's story. I'm sorry, that's not true. I don't feel anybody's story.
So which one you're not feeling any one of them?
No, that's the problem. That's the problem. Like, do I think there'll be good matches? Yes. But here's the problem. I don't care about who wins.
Even on the king and queen of the ring, you don't even care about that.
But here's the question. Why should I care about the king and queen of the ring? Give me one good reason I should care about, and don't use they get a shot at the championship. What has what storyline between the 4 people? I'm sorry, between the 8 people. Oh no, the 4. Between the 4 people in the finals, men and women, what in their storyline says that, ooh, I want to see if they make it?
None, except for one man. You know, there's none to be realistic, of course, because you know,
like Javon Evans got taken out, so I don't care about that anymore because the newbie winning. So the Cinderella story just got killed.
That was a good match between him and Jey Uso. So I wanted him to win, make it to the finals. Oh,
exactly. The Cinderella story ended there. What, LA Knight? I don't even think he's not even in this one. My bad.
No, I mean he got eliminated quick for the first round.
Exactly. And like Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Okay.
It just ended here. Just ended here. That said, move on.
You. That's my point. These storylines are like the Jey Uso title run. We've already seen it, and no offense to Jey, I haven't seen anything from him to say that this will be any different than his last one.
Yep. So
I mean, why should I be invested? Excuse me one sec.
Yep. But let me see. Anthony's saying here, what talent can you see?
By the way, kids,
Pepsi. That's right. That's right, folks. Drink your Pepsi, baby. There you go.
but what's Anthony saying?
He's saying, what talent can you see WWE snapping up from CMLL and putting him in AAA? Well, Catalina was one of them.
She left. They tried Persephone. I don't think that one worked out for him.
That didn't work out. So she ended up staying. So they tried it.
Good for her.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
But I mean, I'll be honest. Like, and the thing is, I am more invested in the Great American Bash because their storylines are amazing right now. They have honestly, I am invested in that, and I don't even know why. All these young cats are killing it.
They should have put this on Saturday, like right after Night of Champions. Like, why not?
Like literally, and the problem is I feel bad for NXT because they got to go against AEW's Forbidden Door, and I do not envy them at all. I mean, they'll get their fans, but I'm telling you right now, it's so far they've only announced 4 matches.
Yeah, they got to announce at least one more, at least.
Yeah,
but
and
we'll find that on Tuesday.
Forbidden Card got 14 hours of wrestling, and you will die watching that shit. And you only spend $40 for that. 600 hours of wrestling for $40? Yeah, I'm watching that one instead of NXT.
Oh no, of course. He's like, Anthony, the only guy that has a story that established it was Oba, but I believe he got a he's still on there. He's in the finals.
He's still on there, but everyone's expecting Brock to come in and mess with him. But here's the thing: if Oba makes it to the finals and win King of the Ring, do you really believe they're going to let him lose
to Jey Uso? He's already there in the finals with Jey Uso.
He ain't losing to Jey Uso.
No, but remember, like the only thing they could do here in this situation is Oba wins the King of the Ring. Then let's see, because this is where they tease this shit. Because remember, they've been saying this shit every Raw that he comes out, he's mentioning Lesnar's name. I'm like, could you stop? Like, you're calling him out. Like, you're basically letting us know you're calling him out already. And it's like, come on. It's gonna get to the point that it's gonna be Oba. Oba wins the King of the Ring. That's my first scenario. Oba wins King of the Ring, takes it over there. Remember, Summerslam is a 2-night event. Oba could put the King of the Ring title shot on the line against Lesnar. If Lesnar wins, he gets a shot at hopefully they choose Roman, not Cody. And then Oba beats Brock. Brock retires. Oba faces Roman. And where I hate to say this, bad juju, Roman is gonna he's not gonna put him over. That's what I'm talking about. Why this episode is called for a certain agenda, because we don't know what agenda is for SummerSlam.
See, I have a different one.
Okay, I want to hear yours.
My theory is that Oba wins the King of the Ring.
Okay.
Picks either Cody or Roman. I don't know which one, but I think it's probably gonna be Roman.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be Roman. He fights Roman, comes close to winning. Brock comes in and screws with him. That's your SummerSlam match. If it isn't at SummerSlam,
no, it's a SummerSlam.
It's at SummerSlam, and then I guess then the next pay-per-view is Oba versus Brock, and then he retires.
So you don't think he'll retire at Minnesota in SummerSlam? Because it's his hometown.
It is his hometown, but honestly, I think if you want to keep, because like they're as much as it pains me to say this, they're not going to give Oba the world championship.
You don't think they'll pull the trigger already?
Mm-mm.
You still feel like they're gonna not do it yet?
I think they're going to screw him. I think Roman is still their golden boy. And Roman still looks good on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, me personally, I think Oba as champion would be good, but honestly, I don't know. I mean, like I said, uncertain agendas. I mean, I don't think it's a bad call, because I think Oba would do a much better job.
Because then you could build up between, I would have built up between Braun versus Oba at fucking Mania. But that's what I'm telling you. But the biggest concern is, would they do that for Saudi Mania? Which I don't know.
I'll be honest. The problem with giving Oba and Braun the straps makes me feel like this is Vince's era of wrestling again. It
seems that they're heading that direction already.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're recycling stories.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing they're doing. Shout out to Bagel for $4.99. What's going on, Bagel? Appreciate you. There's no point of holding the King of the Ring. We already have the greatest king of all time, the one Billy Gunn. I love that. Also, CW is getting PLE, so maybe bad because too many commercials is only 2 hours. I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Even Justin is like, at this point, SummerSlam should be all about Oba. Night 1, title versus career. Night 2, Oba going over Reigns. Establish that man as a force and not another Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, that's a good booking. If they pull it that way, I think Oba can do it, because taking out Brock and Roman in one event does make you one of the greatest of all time already.
It does, but it gives a story though, because we still got a long way to head to SummerSlam. This is not until August, so you still got the following month. So for Oba, imagine he could go through every one of those individuals on the bloodline, and then obviously the last will be his new enforcer, Jacob Fatu. I want to see an Oba Jacob Fatu match. Who doesn't want to see that? Yeah, I want to see that. Book that for Saturday main event. Since they're having one in mid-July. So might as well book that.
Here's the thing, though, and I think Justin Redeemer talked about this. We need to let the bloodline go.
I know this why is it, but you already see. Okay, did you see what happened on Friday? Did you see what happened? So it's happening already. They're gonna split MFT for. I'm glad I hope they do not bring them along to join them, because this is what I said on Friday, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna repeat what I said. I said, look, Solo's gonna show up tomorrow on Raw, and we know he's gonna show up, and I think that's where we're gonna see. They're gonna reunite all the family together, and then there's room in your windows already saying Rikishi might be the wise man now for that shit, which
that's a problem. See, they need to let it go. Like literally, MFTs. I'm talking like literally Roman, the Usos. They need to part ways and never see each other for a couple of months.
I agree.
Honestly, I'm getting tired of Jacob. No offense to Jacob, because Jacob's great.
Look what they're doing to him now. He was like the hype up, and then
now I'm getting tired of the MFTs because honestly, I don't know what they do other than lose.
I know what to do, but I'll get to that. But see,
but the problem is that they need to because every storyline they do revolves around the bloodline.
I know, and it's stupid. It's just stupid, and that's where I don't like it either. But this is where I'm getting to. What I'm getting to is they're gonna reunite everybody, and then next thing you know, you're gonna happen. Since he never mentioned The Rock's name, the history of the Ulafama and the family, he's there. Saudi will pay the money. They're going to want to get the Rock and Roman and Mania Saudi. They're going to pay for that. Eventually, it's going to happen that they're going to save it for another whole year at Mania and have them right there, the final boss versus Roman for the Ulafala. I still say for the Ulafala, not for the title. Get the title out of that picture because it'll be stupid to put the title there in the picture and let them, settle with that shit and just end it there. That's, I think, the agenda.
I'm gonna hold the fans' hands when I say this. At this point in time, I do not care about the OTC.
There you go.
This is not a shot at Roman because Roman's fine. The problem I'm having is that it seems like they're focusing way too much on two things in the storyline: the bloodline and Cody.
Oh hell no! I know where you're going with it.
Which means at this point in time, everybody else gets screwed. Because honestly, you know what storyline people are sleeping on, and they don't get to? Damian Priest versus Finn Balor.
Oh, I know. I'm looking forward to seeing that again.
That beef right now would be great because the way it's working right now, it is prime for Damian Priest to turn heel again. But the problem I'm having is that the only thing creative seems to be really focusing storytelling on, and they do have a few other stories going on, but the one you can tell where their real focus is the bloodline, MFT, Cody versus Gunther, and apparently Sami Zayn.
Well, yeah, he's voiced the triple threat. So
but that's my problem. It's like that's all they're focusing on. They're not focusing on other people's stories. Exactly. That's why you get like these shitty cards in King of the Ring. King of the Ring should have been one of their top 3 biggest events.
Yep.
And what is it? And I think you said Justin said it best. This is the most boring damn King of the Ring we've ever had.
Yep. See, that's what he's saying. That's bloodline is rinse and repeat. 6 years of the same thing. You say you're not the fatigue by you're lying to you're lying. And let's see, Anthony here saying the one that could be interesting if she wins the Queen of the Ring is Liv because she's already a champion, but winning this can make her even more power hungry. Title for title versus Rhea. If they go that direction, there's no point of it. It's stupid. Like I think Stephanie Valkyrie is going to show up and cause her the Queen of the Ring.
Honestly, at this point, they've been riding Liv hard to win everything. So I guess whatever.
Yeah, and let's see. That's the one thing that Justin's saying. That's the thing that it just infuriates me. The title doesn't need to be involved in the story, but WWE feels like Roman doesn't feel he's the tribal chief without the title. I agree. Bless you. Let's see. What do they forget? Is one of the one things that makes the head of the table is the old follow. Exactly. That's what I'm. You're right. That's 100% true. Let's see. The Liv is a worst decision. Should have never been in this tournament period. Yep, she shouldn't have been. She should have. It looks like they're merging their titles. I don't know. Maybe so, James Jones. That's where like I'm scared that that's gonna happen. Like because it's like. I don't know. If they're gonna merge those titles, then end this fucking brand split. End it. Fuck it. Just fucking end it. You know, there's no tag teams anyways. What's the point of having tag team champions? No really fucking tag teams. Like there's just ended. So like, yeah, it's some scary shit. I would if they do it. That's how you know they get how you said go Golden Boy, not Cody.
Like I said, honestly, I don't care about any of this. The only places I care about is NXT and AEW at this point.
So, like, I mean, for me, like I said, I'm just like uncertain of what direction they're going. I just need to see these events of what direction they're going. If they give it a J, him being over because of Lesnar. I swear, I'm gonna say it right now. It's gonna be the most horrible.
I mean, I don't. The problem is, I'm not even worried about Jay winning. The problem I'm having is that
the story.
You can blame Jay all we want on his last run, but that's on them.
Oh no, I don't blame him. Yeah, you're right. I've been booking.
That's on them because Jay had everybody in his pocket.
Yes,
and everybody was mad because he was doing what he was supposed to be doing.
Yep.
Except they didn't give him anybody to fight. They didn't give anybody a run. And I look at Darby Allin's run, which honestly only lasted 4 weeks.
I think it was more than 4 weeks.
Was it? It probably was. I mean,
it was more than 4 weeks. Yeah.
But it's a really short run. But in that short run,
had a great run.
That was one of the best damn runs of a champion.
Yes.
Especially for a man that everybody said there ain't no way he deserves to be champion. And I hate to make a comparison, but the problem is that Jey Uso's kind of in the same category where I think at this point he's unfortunately being underestimated, but because there's no good writing for him or story backing him, he's getting a raw deal.
Yeah.
Darby Allin, who honestly also underestimated, he had great writing, and look what he did. It ain't a matter of Jey Uso going, I can't wrestle in a match. It's like I need somebody to wrestle with a story, and they're not giving them that.
And Darby identified it more like the way I could say it. Like I think Justin could agree. Like for us, we were happy, but then this was not the right way. But it is what it happened already. So I'm happy for him. However, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. So, however, him being defending champion, him saying, "Look, if I could do this, you could do it too." Kind of been giving inspiration for the young audiences who idolizes him.
And then he ended it with a Mick Foley handoff. That was a great story.
Yes, 100%.
And I will say this: I am glad he lost the belt, though. You know why? Because that man, when he did matches, I was afraid he was going to die. Because he took some bumps that I was genuinely terrified of.
Him and Ciampa, him and Brody King. I'm like, Jesus.
I mean, those are don't get me wrong, those are legendary matches as far as I'm concerned. But I'm like, God damn, Darby, really?
Absolutely.
Because I thought Takeshita killed him at one point.
Oh yeah, oh my God, even Takeshita. Jesus.
Yeah, but the point is, Darby was a legitimate fighting champion. Where it was like, if you can do it, anybody can do it, and it punctuated with a Mick Foley handoff of the torch. And that was a good storyline. It was it short? Maybe. But I say right now, it killed it. I mean, and if you look at it, if you look across the lawn at the other guys, what champion has had that kind of run? The only person who had that kind of run was Ilya Dragunov, and they took it from him.
And he's not around because of the whole fucking bot shit. Royal Rumble was Lesnar, which was not his fault. I mean, it was Lesnar who didn't sell for him. Yeah, Darby was watching. Yeah. Let's see. I play both sides of the fence. Darby's title reign. He definitely made the most of it, but it shouldn't happen at a different time when he was back then the hottest. Yes, that was when the Sting situation. Yes.
I'm going to bring that up again because here's the thing. Now, this is the thing I love most about that run. He wasn't the hottest at that time, and Justin's right. But here's the best part about it. He made himself the hottest once he got that belt and started defending it. Like let's face it, you're never going to be hot and you're never going to be able to capitalize on it. But when you get that shot, you make it count, and he did. And I think that's the reason I appreciated the run most. It's like Darby Allin. He didn't say a lot, but every single match he's had, it was just sitting there going, "Good Lord Almighty, that was amazing." That's a champion at work right there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I know what I agree with Justin because I know because we talked about it. Like this is a time when he went to Mount Everest instead of going for the title. This is where he could have been the guy to dethrone Moxley for that belt, and it could have been a whole different story. But it's similar, like what obviously with MJF, because obviously one you had two pillars basically there facing for that belt, while the other two were not. But it's fine, So it's like but at least, he gave hopes. That's the one thing. So yeah, like how Justin said, yeah, exactly. He chose Mount Everest over the championship. So that's why it kind of delayed of this. It could have been a different direction. It could have it would have been a what if that would have happened. What story would have gone for Darby that time? Could have been maybe a longer reign. We don't know. So, I mean, it's a lot of questions on that. Now, I mean, we got, like I said, 90 champions. I'm not, like, for me, I think Cody's going to retain, but if they give it to Sammy because of Saudi, I'm going to be shocked. But I'm just saying Cody's going to retain. That's all I can tell you. I'm not worried about the other ones.
If they give it to Sammy, I'll be genuinely shocked. But honestly, I would say, yes, that's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, because we have never seen it before.
Yep. And hello to Grandmaster Solus. Appreciate you for joining us. And I hope you hit that like and subscribe button. What's up? But let's say, let's I know we talked about TNA. Let's just get it out of the way. So, I mean, I could tell you who are in those matches if you want me to, to tell you again the listing.
For Slammiversary?
Yes, I can tell you.
Sure.
That.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you basically have you have Eric Young versus Ricky Sosa. Mm-hmm. You have Moose versus Eddie Edwards. Mm-hmm. You have Yaeling Ling defending the Knockouts Championship for Zaya Brookside. I'm going to say Zaya's going to win that. She's going to take away the belt. You have the Knockouts tag team titles on the line. Of course, the Elegance brand versus Ali, who just signed as well. She signed with TNA. She's back.
Ali's winning.
Yep, Ali and Rosemary. So that's for sure. Then you get the three-way ladder match for the tag team titles, which you have the Righteous, the Broken Hardys challenging the System, Brian Myers and Bronson Reed.
That'll probably be match of the night right there.
Yes, I think so too. And then you have the Ultimate X, which you have Fabian Eichner, you have Frankie Kazarian, who put himself in there, Leon Slater, which I don't know why he should have been away from that picture, but I think they're saving him for Bound for Glory. Mm-hmm. You got who else do you have on that? Of course, Amazing Red, he's in that too. Mr. Elegance, I don't know how the hell they ended up putting him in that, which is I'm really shocked that they ended up putting him on that card. I was really shocked they did it. You had, Mr. Elegance. You have Casey Navarro and, and Cedric Alexander, who's defending that belt. So you have that, and then you have the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, since Nick Nemeth is cashing in his he's cashing his call shot for the championship.
He's winning the belt, because I think that's when Santana takes his leave.
Well, Santana's contract is not up until the end of July. So this could be, this is what I was saying. I think what gave it away. I said it on Thursday was that promo that he said on Thursday gave it away already. He's losing that belt. He's going to lose that belt. Lose it. And then Nemeth is going to have his battle with his brother. The battle of the brothers, because Ryan Nemeth is going to probably turn on Nick Nemeth right after the show, after he wins a championship belt.
And don't get me wrong, Nick Nemeth would be a good champion. I think he'd be a good TNA champion.
He was a great champion before, so I mean, he was, and he's going to be the guy who's going to put over Leon Slater at Bound for Glory.
I think so too. I think so too. Truth be told, Santana, and this will be hard to hear. I don't think the Ultimate X match is going to be a match of the night.
You think the ladder match is going to be match of the night?
I really do think match of the night will be the ladder match, because unfortunately, as much as I love the Ultimate X match, I don't see those guys showing out like they're supposed to. I mean, you got Leon Slater in there, which
Amazing Red, though, he's coming back. That's what I'm happy for.
That's what I'm a little shocked by. He's a Red. Thank you, Solus. But like I said, I mean, I don't know if Ultimate X match is going to be as good as I want it to be.
Yeah, me neither, because I didn't expect Kazarian to involve himself in that. Like, really, bro? Like, come on, you're already at that age already, pal. Like, you're not supposed to be.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Kazarian's going to be doing a lot of traffic managing and like directing. He's going to be doing a lot of directing the matches.
Possibly so. You're right, but I mean, I think they should have added, which I think they'll probably add. I don't know. They got to add at least something there for Mustafa Ali to do an open challenge for that international championship that he has in that card. They should, but I'm just looking. I'm looking forward to where this is going to go to. Another thing I did say, if like, let's say if Leon decides to leave too, right? Besides Santana, there's only one guy who has been also a blood, pretty much given his blood for TNA, and I mean, he had a great reaction this Thursday, teaming with the Hardys. And now, if he'll be the chaser as a face, we see them as a heel champion, but never as a face champion. That's Moose. That'll be Moose. That'll be the last resort they're gonna have. They will have to push him as a face champion. If Leon decides to not to say they don't go forward with Leon and he leaves.
All due respect to Moose, man. He ain't got the charisma, but okay, sure.
If you make him a chase for it, he can. I can tell you that right now. I could debate that because he can. That man could. That man has charisma.
Remember when we wanted our Moose versus Oba match and that shit never happened?
I know. Let's see. Only one match was the X match. Santana's going. Yeah. Well, actually, no. They want him to the main roster unless he makes a deal. He tells them, "Look, send me to the NXT." Because WWE is actually offering to come to the main roster directly, not to go to NXT. That's what they're trying to do to him. And yeah, negotiate. Yeah, we haven't heard anything yet, but his contract is coming up. And if like Phil said earlier, if Tony Khan picks up Leon Slater, that's a steal. I'm sorry, I'll be a steal.
That's an interception right there.
Hell yeah, that's a mean interception.
That's a Super Bowl interception right there. Because everybody's gonna be sitting there going, "I fucked up."
When it comes to the Ultimate X, I said this too. I said I'd give it to Navarro. Give it a kiss to Navarro.
Yeah. I mean, he's been putting in the work, and he's been doing some really good work of late. I think it's about his time.
Yeah, I would give it to Navarro. That's for sure. And Josiah Brookside, I like her heel. Still got to work on it. The charisma wise of it, but give it a Josiah Brookside. And of course, like you already said, give it to the Ali and Rosemary. That'll be amazing to see them being this tag team. So that's for sure.
I mean, it's long past due for Rosemary to carry more gold at this point.
Hell yeah, it's about that time. What's up, Chef? Hello, the CEO Demolition. How are the weapons of wrestling podcasting? I love that. I love that. Hell yeah. Thank you, Chef. There was that Super Bowl game winning in the end zone interception.
Exactly.
It's neither Endeavor or AEW is interested in Moose. No, I know. But we're talking about Leon Slater. Moose, he probably gonna stick around, but until if it happens that TKO decides to purchase TNA, and if they don't pick up Moose, then yeah, Moose will just be an independent. I'll send an MLW right away.
Honestly, I'll be honest. Moose has a good look, but honestly, it's a generic look. He looked like everybody else. I mean, think about it. Everybody who's swole that WWE and AEW has, they got a hook. Moose does not.
He has improved, though. He took some time out because of his back injury.
I'm not complaining about his improvement. I'm not saying he didn't improve. I'm just saying that he's a good wrestler. But as far as I'm concerned, if he went to AEW or WWE, I don't think he'd be a top guy.
No, he won't be. That I agree with. He won't be. He'll probably be the mid card guy.
Yeah, because again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I don't see him with an AEW WWE championship.
No, and no, we're with you, Grandmaster Solis. I disagree too that he should go to NXT, but they want him for the main roster. That's what they want him. So I just don't like it either. Mr. Elegance win. And he better not, Bad Juju. He better not win that X Division championship, Mr. Elegance. I mean, I
don't know, man. I don't know, man. They've been doing some weird things over there.
Santana's gonna be groomed to be. I mean, I would like to see a Naraka with freaking Santana match. I want to see that. That I would like to see. Both roster are bloated. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Now, okay, NXT Great American
I mean,
Bash.
no offense. How can the rosters be bloated when you only see 6 people wrestle every night?
That's the unfortunate part, right? That's the unfortunate part.
I mean,
Okay.
you can't be bloated if you don't see nobody, but the same 6 people every night.
Right? So we got the NXT Great American Bash.
Mhm.
By far 4 matches. They'll probably add the rematch between Zarya and Tatum Paxley on Tuesday for part of the North American title. They probably would have added, so I wouldn't be surprised. But we have so far Deion Lennox versus Saquon Sugars. Yeah,
that's a hard one.
I know. I don't know who to go for that one, to be honest. I like them both.
I like them both too. But honestly, that's the problem with this entire card. I like both sides of the card.
I know. I don't even know who to go for that one. Even Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights. That's going to be an interesting match.
I like Tavion Heights, but shit. I can't.
That's a tough one.
I can't choose. I thought I could choose. I was ready to make a choice, and all of a sudden I went.
I don't know who to go to that one either, man. They're both great, man. And Tavion, I remember we're talking about it. When he went to Noah and did the N1, that man has improved tremendously. Awesome, man.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Tavion Heights because as much as I love Miles Bourne, I think it's time for his run to end.
And with his former partner, why not? I wouldn't mind having Tavion. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'd rather have Tavion take it. Like all respect to Miles Bourne, but you already got your prize at home, Stephanie Buckley, buddy. So you already have that. Like, give this man the belt. You got your prize, your consolation prize at home, waiting you to taste the devil's kiss. There you go. There you go. And then you have another rematch, basically here. You know, but it's a one-on-one this time. It's Lola Vice defending the NXT Women's Championship versus Kendall Gray. Man, look, let me tell you something right now, man.
That's just a good match. That's just a straight up match. That's slobber knocker.
Tell me, did you see this Tuesday's tag match?
Mm-hmm.
And then the week before, fucking Kendall, man, this woman, I don't know, man.
So here's the thing. This is the issue I'm having with the main roster versus NXT. Kendall and Lola Vice's storyline. Not the most complicated thing in the world, but those two sell that beef like you wouldn't believe. And the way they're telling that story is great. It's like so much so that even though this is their 3rd time scrapping, I'm still invested in that shit. I
just don't know who to go to that one, to be honest with you. Do you think they'll give it to Kendall already? Do you think they'll drop it and give it?
Kendall, honestly, if Kendall Gray got it, I'm not going to be upset because she's ready.
Yeah,
legitimately, she's ready to go.
Dude, her matches, her matches were Kalani last week.
Yeah, exactly.
And this tag team match.
And the thing about Lola Vice is Lola Vice should get a world shot. She needs to get a world shot. Her against Zarya would be amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
It like I said, it looks lopsided because let's face it, Lola Vice is smaller. But think about it: you got big swole Zarya versus a kickboxing karate person in Lola Vice. Literally, that story kind of writes itself.
But you know what? The only thing kills it too, how they killed Lola's momentum, like when she was being the chaser for the belt. Like how many times they could have given it to her. And then they didn't give it to her that had JC Jane to retain it. And I'm like, fuck, man. It's like, don't get me wrong. I was happy for her when she won the belt in the triple threat. But I wish it could have been a singles way for her to win that belt.
Victim killing. Look at Jada Parker.
Oh, I know. I want to ask you that. What the fuck's going on here? Because I think they're losing hope for her, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. How many times out of the loss?
I can't. The Natty loss kind of upset me because even though I love Natty, theoretically speaking, they should have found a better way for that match to end.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the problem I'm having is that, it was great for. I don't think it was great for Natty, and I think it hurt Jada Parker a little bit because Natty right now is already established, and she is a low key legend, and they were doing a good storyline with it. If Jada Parker had actually won that fight, I'd say she's going to the main roster. But I guess the problem I'm having is that I don't know what they're doing with Jada Parker. Because she's ready to go. She might as well be ready to go to the main roster at this point.
No, I agree. But here's this one thing that just came to my head. I don't know why. It just did right now. And shout out to Tommy. Hi, by the way. What's going on? Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day. See, and Stephen saying Kalani getting titles, so she has all titles. Oh no, no. She's gonna end up getting trained by Natalia in the storyline, and if they're gonna bust the Will Ospreay Moxie type of shit, something tells me that they're gonna bust some type of shit for her. I don't know why. I'm just like, if they're not gonna call her to the main roster yet, they're gonna continue probably with the Natty, because obviously when it was done on social media, that they recorded her being just throwing stuff and just being like teary eye, almost like just. I think she's gonna probably her last, like, you know what, you can't beat them, join them type of shit.
I don't know how you gonna join somebody you jumped in their own gym.
I know. That's why I get you. But remember, like, that's why I'm comparing it similar to what the story of Moxley and Ospreay situation, because it's like they could make it to that direction for that. I mean, they could. I don't know. And it just something came out of my head.
So make a joke right now. Mm-hmm. So instead of having AI writers for WWE, they're just gonna steal from AEW.
It's because they're watching AEW. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. I mean, shit. But I don't know. I just don't know what they're gonna. What else can you do with Jada Parker? It's like you're not putting her in a good position.
They're not. It seems like they're not ready to put her on the main roster, which I don't understand.
I don't get it either. She got the crowd behind her. She got charisma. She's great in the ring. I don't see she's bad in the ring. I just don't understand why. That's where my confusion is. I just don't understand it. I don't get it.
The thing is, I know if she comes up to the main roster, the first thing they're going to do is have her join up with Jada Parker. Not Jada Parker. I'm sorry.
Jade Cargill. Jade
Cargill. Yep.
No, like being the enforcer for her faction, basically. That'll be interesting. What about, imagine her and Naomi returns? Like, imagine that. That'll be something. Like, what? Okay. But I don't know. I just don't know what they're gonna do with Miss Paca. Oh man.
But I'm just worried. Like I said, I just think that I'm gonna be honest. Mm-hmm. I think they should cut her. She should go to AEW.
Oh, Jada Parker?
If they're not going to do anything with her, just cut that poor woman, because she needs to actually do something with, because she's way too talented to be put in that same spot. And I know that's kind of harsh because I'm not in the business, but honestly, I feel like she has done everything. She has gone for the title, 2 or 3 times?
3 times.
She has had a mixed martial arts match and some kind of weird thing.
Oh, under NXT Underground with Lola Vice.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here just going, what else can this woman do? God damn.
They never give her the North American title. Don't be surprised they're going to end up giving her the Speed title.
At this point in time, they might as well send her ass to TNA or AAA.
I would send her to TNA. Look it. Miss Paca.
Miss Parker.
I had to play.
I hope she never retired, because if you do, you got to give up that clip.
Lord of my shepherd. She know what I want. Look, now, like, Naraku, Tony D'Angelo.
I cannot pick, but the only reason I would pick Tony D'Angelo over Naraku is I just think that name's stupid.
It's still meaning for evil, which is why he chose that name, because he can't, obviously he can't use the name. Obviously, the evil, he didn't want to use it.
Naraku is the villain from Inuyasha.
I know. That's
the villain from the Inuyasha anime. That anime is 20 years old.
Yeah.
He couldn't pick one from Naruto? God damn.
Well, you tell him, man. You're the expert more than I am. I can't answer that question.
That's between him and his wife.
I'm going to tell you this right now. He's showing up. And you know who's showing up? Because he's on his way out.
Who?
Hiromu. He's coming. He is Takahashi. Hiromu. He's showing up because he's not in New Japan. He's not in New Japan. First of all, he's Noah. He's a Noah. God help him.
God help that man if he joins WWE. Because honestly, I don't even want to know what they're gonna do to him.
I don't even know either, but watch him be the one to cause D'Angelo lose the belt to Naraku and align himself with Naraku.
They're gonna call him something stupid name like some kind of Akihige or something.
The ticking time bomb is heading to NXT. I tell you that right now. He's going to NXT. He is not coming to the main roster. He's going to NXT. It's already done deal. It's coming. But I think this is where he's going to make his debut. Because a plot, and then I can't wait to see this Tuesday, the double contract signing, how this is going to work out. So, because the last week they didn't sign the contract because it's like, no, something's iffy here on that. So I'm certain that Hiromu is showing the ticking time bomb is showing up.
Here's my question. Has Naraku spoken yet?
Yes, he has.
I mean,
yeah,
other than threatening Tony D'Angelo, has he done a promo yet?
In English, yes. He has done it. He has. Doesn't sound bad. He doesn't sound bad. It's still a learning process, though. I can tell you, you're not wrong. It's still a learning process.
No, it's not even that. I'm just like, how is his promo skills? Because everyone I've seen, he's been a little bit rough. Not the English. I don't care about the English, the second language bullshit, because that's fine.
Okay.
I'm talking about, can he actually sell the fight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he can. Because he gives you mysterious, like, man, what is this? This guy is up to some evil shit. And this is like, and I like his promos. Like, I like it. I like his promos.
Okay, because the ones I've seen, it's been a little rough.
Let's see. Jada Parker, knockouts who was not being used right at WWE, let her go to TNA, but to be one of the actual knockouts. Yeah, chef.
The thing is, and I'm going to say this, as of this time, anybody who gets sent to TNA, it's a step down, and it is beneath them.
WWE will spay and neuter that man if he goes to the main roster. Taking time out is not going. It's not going. Or Naraku. I wouldn't even put Naraku in the main roster. Hell no. Hell no.
First of all, I don't know how. First of all, Naraku's character in NXT is cool. I don't know how he's going to survive on the main roster when they couldn't even do anything with the Wide Six.
They couldn't even do anything when they had, the Guerrilla's Destiny, and they fucking let him go. They didn't do shit. Really putting him on this with another faction, which was basically all New Japan's fucking former stars, and with a WWE guy, and all of them gone except for Hikuleo, which I'm not gonna call him the other name, and Tamatonga. That's it. That's all you have. Is only those two brothers. That's all you have. Cobb is gone. Tongalo is gone. So it's like,
I mean, I feel bad for Cobb because Cobb actually they made Cobb leave his contract early.
I know. It's bullshit. They fucked him over on that one. I hope he goes back to New Japan. I hope he does, and he'll be okay. Like, I'm not saying that not to go to AEW. It's like, nah, it's like, you'll be fine too over there, but I'd rather have him go to, New Japan or Noah.
I'd go to Japan for a little bit, then go to AEW, truth be told. Because honestly, at this point, it's a little too raw, in my opinion. But I mean, if Dunkzilla can do well, I don't see why not.
So you got Tony or you got Naraku winning the belt?
Just because I think his name is stupid, I'm going with Tony D. Told you, Naraku is a villain from the Inuyasha movies, and that still pisses me off. He couldn't come up with a better name than that. The man knows shit. I don't know. Wasn't goddamn well. It wasn't him who picked that goddamn name.
Oh my goodness!
Put the story around it all he want. Full well he ain't come up with that name.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, what do you think? Io Sky had something to do with it? And kind of told him, hey, like,
exactly. Io Shirai was a perfectly fine name, and then apparently everybody's like, I can't say Sky Shirai. It's too, but Sky's easy. It's literally one syllable more. Less. I'm sorry, but I'm sitting there going, Naraku, literally, bro. The entire language of Japan. That's the best you can come up with.
What would have put him instead of that name? What would be like similar to Evil? If you could have just put his name, what would have been like similar to Evil's name?
I mean, I don't speak Japanese, bro. I don't know.
But you know the anime now. You know the anime of it 100%. I mean, you're an artist yourself. You should know this type of stuff.
If I'm picking a name for him, I call his ass Orochimaru. If we were, hold on. Let's do what everybody's supposed to do.
Yeah, look, it's all good.
Let's go to Twitter and see what they say.
Yeah, put that on Twitter, right? And tag LaRock on that shit. What do you say?
I ain't gonna insult the man.
No, don't insult the man because he's gonna block your ass. You don't want to do that. And no, Anthony. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like how like watch it. No, only playoffs. I'll see the playoffs. But congratulations to the Hurricanes. Of course, they won the Stanley Cup away from the Vegas Knights. So congratulations. So I'm excited for Great American Bash because this has a lot of potential. Because I don't know where they're going this, but at least one we're picking. At least Tavion Heights on that one. On the other three, I don't know who to pick because it could go either way, and I don't think it's going to hurt none of them, in my opinion.
So you want to know a name he could use? Aku.
Wait, Haku?
Aku.
Aku, spelled that for AKU? Is that what it is?
AKU.
What is that evil for in Japanese?
That is another word for evil.
In Japan, in Japanese word, right?
In Japanese.
Okay.
I mean, granted, it's the villain from Samurai Jack, but whatever, since we doing cartoons. That shit make a lot more sense that way.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it does for sure. And then, oh man, the main one, like how you said earlier, 14 fucking hours of what we're gonna be watching is 14 hours.
I'm just fucking down doing this pay-per-view.
I might just take the day off. You know, which I'm gonna take the next day off. Like, you got how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 matches, and then you still got 0-hour matches that they haven't even announced yet. Like, I mean, actually, they did announce. They did announce it actually.
So theoretically, there's 13 matches in one night. Maybe 12. They may usually there's 0 hour. They usually 2 or 3 matches.
Let me see, because I know they just added some recently. So I know. I mean, let's see. I'm trying to see. Let me find out. I know they're gonna add more matches to the 0 hour. That's for sure. So there's only 10 matches right now so far. So they're gonna add, like you're right. They're gonna add probably like 2 or 3 more matches. They have to. They're gonna have to add it. So look, oh my god, I don't know.
Tony's smart enough to realize that those 2 or 3 matches are an aperitif for the entire pay-per-view. And let's face it, how many people watch that shit and went, "Oh, that's gonna be a good night. Let me go back and pay for this."
I'll pay $50 to watch it because, dude, man. First of all, like the stories, I could tell you that I'm in. Obviously, we already talked about the stories, but the one that right now that I'm happy for is for Stardom. Because Tekla is putting them over. I like what she's doing. I like how she is doing it, man.
Tekla's a sociopath.
I like it. Did you see when she went back and she went to Stardom and really again Taco and like want to shave his fucking hair off?
That man. She literally like, oh Lord, I watched that thing and I went, God damn, that's how you sell. That man is like, that shit hurt.
That was amazing. And then Starlight Kid making the save. Like, man, people that don't know Starlight Kid, man, you're going to find out on Sunday.
Let me interrupt you for a second.
Okay.
The save is right before he get his ass whooped. That is not a save after he done got his ass whooped.
I know. I hear you.
Y'all need to stop saying that. That man, it's like when Jeff Hardy coming out to save Matt and he dancing before he whooped that ass and go, Jeff Hardy saved Matt. No, he didn't. He was dancing.
He was dancing. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Chef, forgot about that. He was dancing before he made the save.
No, Jeff, I love you though, bro. But seriously, you was dancing.
It took him like 3 minutes, I think, or less than that. Like, you're gonna get your ass over and save your brother, man. He get his ass kicked.
but no, I mean, even he makes fun of that himself. But don't get me wrong, Starlight Kid coming in for the save was great.
Yeah, but I mean. Oh man, she looked great holding that belt, that AEW Women's Championship. Like,
first of all, Tekla is a small ass woman. Her entire body looked like it's big enough to hold that belt. But honestly, I didn't know who could take the title and carry it after Toni Storm went on vacation and hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
Tekla, I was not sure about, but literally, she has pretty much taken it in a completely different type of direction.
I like it.
And it's great. And never have I been more enamored with the word dumb bitches in my life.
Oh, happy Father's Day, Beep646.
Yeah,
Happy Father's Day. Wishing all the fathers in wrestling organization happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you too. I appreciate you. We appreciate
But like
you.
I said, Tekla right now, I think like she's low key becoming like pretty much the face of that women's division. And weirdly enough, it's one of those things where she did it the exact opposite way Toni Storm did.
Oh hell yeah, big time. That's 100%.
Yeah, and I'm talking like heel versus face kind of thing. I mean, the way she does it, the way she carries herself is completely different than Toni Storm. Not there's just good or bad either way, but it's the fact that she has a brand new way of doing it that still has a major impact is why I think she's cool as hell.
OGK, the king himself. What is going on, OGK?
So, like I said, I'm happy about that. The one match that I'm terrified to look at is the Swerve versus Will Ospreay. I don't want to see that.
That should be the main event. I'm telling you right now, that should be the main event.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that match.
Why? Will you start a promo that happened on Dynamite?
That is going to be one of the ugliest, messiest matches I have ever seen.
This is great storytelling, though. I mean, it's great storytelling.
It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be watching the match like this the entire time.
Yeah, hold on, let me see.
Because honestly, I don't know who. Because honestly, and I'm going to tell you right now, Prince Nana going to die that match.
Oh yeah, but
he's going to insert himself into that, and Marina Shafir going to come out and whoop his ass.
Either that or Alex Windsor will make the save and probably you never know. You never know.
I'm still beefing with Alex Windsor.
Oh my goodness!
Gonna let Moxie steal your man and not say shit.
I love it, man. That should be the main event. I think that should be the main event. I wouldn't put the steel cage match as the main event. I wouldn't. I'd rather have that be the main event because it determines what's going to happen in All In. Yeah, and and looking at the card here, it's man, I like it. I can't wait to see a show to Omino and Pac. I'm excited to see that.
I mean, honestly, it's a really good card. Like, I mean, it's not even either one side versus the other. If you think about it from a wrestling perspective, and also, by the way, fuck Vince Russo. Who, yeah, I said it because literally, what kind of moron goes AEW got too much wrestling on it?
So what? It's a grand event. Like they're hyping it up.
That wasn't his thing. He basically.
What was he saying?
He complained about the fact that he said that there is entirely too much wrestling on AEW.
What?
Implying that, honestly, they'd be much better off, I guess, if they spent more time doing segments and selling stories for the wrestling matches. And I'm like, bro, man, the story is the wrestling matches, and the story develops around the wrestling matches. But apparently like I said, but because of the way he ran WCW and the rest of the way he ran in WWE, he just assumes that the way they're doing it is wrong, and he thinks that they're just wrestling too much and not focusing too much, focusing more on the story. And I'm sitting there going, aren't they one and the same, bro?
That's exactly. There's obviously they're one and the same. Promos is of course a story. In ring it's a storytelling. Telling the match is telling the story about wrestling. It's telling the story. So it's like it makes no difference of it. It's like,
and the segments lead up to great wrestling matches.
Exactly. That's why they have collision.
Can I just say I feel bad for poor Daniel Garcia getting jacked up and choked while everybody having a conversation around him?
Oh well, you gotta feel bad for him because guess who's wrestling on Dynamite?
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but.
Well, no. This Wednesday, who's gonna get arrested? He's gonna get choked the fuck out by Swerve.
Yeah, that's right.
He's wrestling Swerve on Dynamite. He's in trouble. The Bobby Boucher is not gonna be like champions. Yeah, champions. You're gonna get choked out with that chain, son. That's gonna happen there. I'm sorry, Garcia, but it's gonna happen. Bagel's at it. I'm gonna let Phil answer that question, Bagel. Right there, 199. Appreciate you, Bagel.
I'll be honest. I like this new Monet. I love this new wrestling Monet. I don't care about the belts, but I think this new wrestler persona she has right now, even though she hasn't really spoken much, I like her. Her wrestling's gotten much better. And I think because she had time to heal and she got better. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that match she had against Hazuki, I believe her name was. Hazuki. Yeah.
First
of all, Hazuki looked goddamn amazing.
You haven't seen the first match between them and Stardom? That was a great match.
That's what I'm saying. It goes back to an old theory I had that I think Mercedes has better matches with Joshi wrestlers than she do with American wrestlers, which might not be entirely true because she has some great ones in NXT. But I think since she's left WWE, her best matches have been against Joshi wrestlers.
Because that's the first thing she wanted to do was, besides doing Lucha Libre, she went to Japan first.
Yeah,
which she did New Japan. But yes.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I think the work she's done in AEW has been pretty good. Mm-hmm. But I think now when she came back from this retirement, which I think, she may have come back a little early because Willow got hurt, but still. But then again, I'm just assuming shit. I don't know anything. But God bless her. She's been great.
Oh, shout out to Bagel with the $9.99.
Oh, shit.
Pepsi Phil, what are you talking about? Nobody wants wrestling on the wrestling show. We need time for those to sweet work. Shoot work.
Bagel, you done lost your mind, but I appreciate it.
Oh, we love you, Bagel. We love you.
I mean, like I said, and the thing is, and he's right. That, I understand that there needs to be a story, but let's face it. In the end, we're not going there to hear. We're not going to a wrestling show to hear talkie.
No.
I want to see somebody get thrown through something. Please don't let it be Darby. I want to see somebody get thrown off of something. Please don't let it be Darby. If you're gonna throw somebody off, don't let it be Darby. Goddamn it, he done did his part for AEW. He done.
That man did his part already. Poor guy, man.
My point is that I ain't trying to watch pro wrestling for conversation. I mean, if I want conversation, I will watch a BBC Masterpiece Theater show for that guy.
There you go.
Like Drew, like I said, like Drew Galloway. And I ain't gonna use his other name. Drew Galloway told me we here to wrestle and fight. That's what we do.
Yes, that's what I love about it. I love that. I love that.
So like I said, Swerve. The thing I love most about the Swerve and Ospreay moment was it's like, okay, talk. That's ooh, punch him in the face. Oh damn, okay. That's exactly what I feel should happen every time you talk out the side of your mouth to somebody.
Let me ask you this: when you saw that promo on Dynamite between Swerve and Ospreay, was Swerve right towards the end? What he said?
That shit was a deep cut, man. That's why. That's why he swung on him.
Yes.
Oh, it's not a matter of being right or wrong. He got it. He got in the Will Ospreay feelings and put a tent there and started fucking with him. That's what happened. Whether he's right or wrong, it does not matter. But honestly, I did agree with him, though. I did agree with him. I can't say if he's right or wrong, but I'm sitting there going, well, that man literally brutalized everybody while he was a champion. All of a sudden, y'all best friends? Okay.
Yes.
That man tell you to hit him. That man tell you to hit him in the head with a chair, and you go, I don't know, man.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I said this before, and I'm going to say this again. This story of Ospreay and his story, and everything, whatever it reminds me of. I told Brother Nero this. That shit reminds me of Cobra Kai. The whole fucking season of Cobra Kai. That's what it fucking reminds me of in this situation.
Here's the problem why I can't fully agree with Swerve.
Okay.
Swerve snuck in a man's house and terrorized his children, and he talk about somebody making bad choices.
He burnt, and then I know, right beside Hangman burning his new home that he bought too.
He snuck in the Hangman's house and played with his children in that man's house, and he talk about people making bad choices. Swerve, I don't think you got a leg to stand on.
Bagel with the 499.
And I would know.
I'm
sitting there, Swerve, looking at you, going, "Bro, you hit a motherfucker with a cinder block, and you saying you right."
Bagel with the 499 is like also
thanks, Bagel.
Crazy how both women's finalists in the women on Owen Hart weren't supposed to be in the tournament when it started. Yeah. I mean, that's what will tell you.
The tournament itself has been exciting. The tournament itself has been really exciting. And I appreciate the fact that, not everyone was supposed to be in it, but at the same time, everyone who was in it had a vested story in it that I was curious to see where they were going to go with it. Maya World, I think, is probably obviously the Cinderella story, Maya World versus Athena. I know Redeemer. I know you was mad about it, but I was like, I'm okay with that win. I mean, it does. I mean, it does not bode well for her next run, but at the very least, the Cinderella story is always going to be a money-making opportunity. So I'm always going. And Maya World is just a really good wrestler anyway, so I was pretty happy with her winning. And she's a good kid. I like her. Like I said, the biggest push I'm really excited about with the whole, and like I said, I know we talked about the men's and the women's, but I mean, there's a bunch of side stories that kind of happened. Like Brody King right now, I think Brody King setting up for a big ass push because, and that's the thing that I love about the Owen Hart tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who starts in the Owen Hart tournament has at least, it's kind of like the G1. They have one or two great moments in it that leads to a bigger thing after the tournament, whether they win or lose. It happened for Swerve. It happened for Will Ospreay, although Will Ospreay is Will Ospreay, so shit, he was going to be great anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But then it happened. But every like even Daniel Garcia, same thing happened to him. Wheeler Yuta also. But the point is that there's always at least one or two people within that tournament who, right after the tournament's over, gets a big major push. And I think at this point, Brodito might be in danger.
Really?
Because I think they're going to break him up because Brody is ready for a singles run.
He should have been already ready for that, in my opinion.
He should have, but like I said, the build up for it, I think they're doing a good job with the build up because I honestly think about it. He dissed Brodito. He's a great face and everyone loves him, and he's just a good dude. Honestly, I don't want to see him as a heel, but I think him breaking away from Bandito in some way or somehow, and him getting a singles run for a championship run is not a bad call. I think he's ready for it. Definitely.
I 100% agree. Now, here's the question, though. What belt would you have him go for? That is a question. You got, okay, let's exclude Moxley's title out of the way. Let's say Konosuke's, international or Kevin Knight's TNT belt.
No, he should go after Moxley.
You want him to go after Moxley for the Continental belt?
After Moxley. Go after Moxley.
Okay.
He should go after Moxley. Like Takeshita just got the belt, so honestly, going against him doesn't make any real sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it makes much more sense to go after Moxley. Win or lose against Moxley, he still comes out looking great. Because the one thing you can't ever say about Jon Moxley is anybody who wrestles him does not get over.
It's true. No, you're right. You're right.
Everyone he wrestles, he puts over huge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I think that honestly, I think Brody is ready to go after Moxley. And like I said, Moxley has had some pretty good matches already. Like his match with Darby was amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah. It was.
His match with Darby was amazing. His match with Swerve in the Continental was amazing. So I think
yes, it was.
He's primed to at least go against Moxley easy.
Man. Let me ask you this. Are you excited for Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr.?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
It is two different styles, and I am really curious to see what that match is going to look like. Do I think it will be bad? No, I do not.
No, I don't think so either.
Do I think this will be a new type of match for Kenny? Yes. This will be a different style, and I think considering the fact, and I say this with all due respect to Kenny, he's starting to slow down a little bit.
He's on his way out, man.
He's on his way out. This is the perfect match for him to like really kind of like cement himself as like a great storyteller, which he already is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this will be if this was his last match, it'd be a great match to go out on.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And I don't say that to say I hope he quits, but I feel like this is one of those matches where it's like it's not going to be Okada and Kenny. It's not going to be one of those matches or Tanahashi and Kenny. Oh, goddamn, Kenny done fought a whole lot. But honestly, I think this is one of those. I think for him, this is a dream match because he's always wanted to fight Zack Sabre Jr. 100%.
They never had it in New Japan, right?
No, never did. So, and I think this is like for him, this is like a dream match for him or a vanity match. And I think because I think that because. And I don't say this lately. I feel like the Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kenny just came out of nowhere.
It did. It came out of nowhere.
And it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense storyline wise. other than Zack Sabre Jr. just making like this, what the fact that Zack Sabre Jr. wants to make a name for himself and taking out Kenny is it's a good story. So yes. I do understand the plot that they built up around it, but it just feels like Zack Sabre Jr. ain't never mentioned Kenny a day in his life. All of a sudden, he got Kenny in his mouth.
No, you're right. You're right.
But that said, do I think it'll be a great match? Yeah. Do I think it'll be legendary? It's Kenny, so hell yeah, it will be. But I think it'll be really interesting to see how it'll like. This is one of those matches that kind of like this is going to be literally it's not going to be a technical match in technical sense, like in technical like shoot fight style, like Zack Sabre Jr.'s used to do, like Zack Sabre and Daniel Bryan was. But I think from a storytelling perspective, it'll be technically proficient and beautifully done. I don't know how, but I feel like there's such a clash in styles. The storytelling is right there. We just need to follow along and see how it goes.
Agreed.
And I got faith. I have faith in Kenny that Kenny can do it. And not that I don't think Zack Sabre Jr. can.
I think they both can.
But I'm being honest, I think Kenny's going to be doing a little bit of directing in that one.
Of course, and you already know that that's going to be like a great storytelling in the ring, actually, because like I'm adding what you're saying because it's true, because it's going to give Omega that opportunity. Okay, we've seen what you've done prior, but you've never done ground technique, so now you're going to put yourself to the test. And versus this man who is up to par with Bryan Danielson, what they did twice, in Japan and here in the States. So it's like, hey,
now that said. Don't sleep on Zack Sabre Jr. This might be an opportunity for him to bust out some new moves and a new move set. Well. So I think this could be a system where like Zack Sabre Jr. like Will Ospreay come up with a new set of moves through a storyline. So again, that's what makes this match way more intriguing, and I think deceptively probably going to be match of the night.
Now. Here's my question. You spoke about that, right? What about the chemistry with these four? Because this is the first time they're facing each other. And that is, of course, Cope and Cage versus the Dogs, Los Perros. How is this chemistry going to work out? This is the first time for Cope, and you got two, New Japan alumnis that is now with AEW. You got two former WWE alumnis, and now they're in this situation.
If I was Fit Finley, I'd do a run in and whoop Christian's ass. I will whoop Christian's ass for the shit he said. God damn him.
He's gonna say, I slept by your mother.
What I will say is that I don't know. Christian and Cope are like, you don't get better than those two. And granted, they have a different chemistry between the both of them, the way they're working, because one's the good guy and one's the bad guy, and they're still doing what they do, which is actually kind of cute.
I like it. That's funny.
But I will say, I think this will be really like I said, I'm just proud of them because let's face it, Christian and Cope, they're going to put the Dogs over.
You think they're going to drop the belts to the Dogs?
I don't think they're going to drop the belts, and you don't have to drop the belts to put somebody over.
Okay.
Because if you want a perfect example, look at Kevin Knight versus what's his name? Oh boy, during Collision.
You're talking about versus Myron Reed. That was a badass match. That was
exactly
match.
Kevin Knight still won that match, but Myron Reed looked like $1 million. That kid looked like he need a USA title or IC belt.
Give him an IC belt, man. I love Myron Reed, man. I still have much respect for that, man.
But like I said, you don't need to drop the belt to put somebody over, and I believe that's what the Dogs are going to do. Because let's face it, during the Arena Stampede, the Dogs were amazing.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I've always loved them, even when they were Bullet Club War Dogs, and God help them, that was a terrible part. That was a terrible evolution of the faction. I'm glad they ended it.
Yeah. But I would have kept the name the War Dogs, not just calling them the Dogs. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the only thing. Other than that, but I get what you're saying.
But honestly, I think this will be a good opportunity because the Dogs already are starting to look really good. So I'm not even going to say nothing. But I think that this is I would like them to win the belts. Honestly, I would think they should win the belts.
I think they're saving that for the Young Bucks down the line in Wrestle Dream. I think this is where
I don't think it's Young Bucks.
I think it is.
I don't think it's gonna be the Young Bucks. But this is my opinion. I think they're gonna be the tag team champs until they retire.
That's why, because Copeland said that he is the one who's going to retire first before Christian Cages.
Yeah. Well, no,
So
that's what I'm saying. They're gonna retire as champions, and there's gonna be a tournament. There's gonna be a tournament for the tag team belts.
Okay.
Like,
So
they're gonna do. Remember, they're gonna do the same thing that Sting and Darby did. They were tag team champions, and remember, they didn't lose the belts. They just Darby, like I said, Sting retired, and they relinquished the tag team titles, and we had a tournament for it.
A Revolution. Yep, you're right. Yeah.
So that
unless they do it by World's End, right? World's End, that could be the time that they just like, hey, tournament starting a Revolution, possibly like heading to Revolution, like who's the new Revolution of the tag team?
Because
so
I'll be honest,
I like that.
I'll be honest, yeah, giving it to Young Bucks, that does make sense. But the truth be told is why the Young Bucks
they never had a match between the past and the present, basically, if you know what I mean, like the tag teams.
But the Young Bucks are a different caliber of wrestler right now, man.
Yeah, they're headed in the direction.
Yeah, other than wrestling, other than the honor of wrestling Christian and Cope, that's what they would do. I don't think they need to go for a belt title for that shit. Honestly, and let's face it,
that they lost clean to the Dogs though.
I
like that. I was like, okay.
I think they'd get. I think for AEW, I think they'd get more out of it because honestly, I'd say AEW does much better with their tournaments.
I agree.
And I think they could create a good tag team tournament for that belt. I mean, and not that I don't think, yes, I will say this. The Young Bucks would be good champions, but the truth be told, once again, it's the same thing we were complaining about WWE. The Young Bucks always get the championships at this point. At this point, they're like a 15-time tag team champion for AEW. And I don't think, not ostensibly, there's nothing wrong with that. But the truth of the matter is that for this storyline, it don't make sense.
No. And Bagel was 499. Let's say Kenny retires tomorrow. He will go down as the best wrestler not to have a run in WWE. Agreed 100%.
Yeah. I mean, and truth be told, I think I'm sure at one time he probably was bothered by that, but the truth be told, that man ain't got nothing. Like when he look back on his career, I hope he does not have any regrets because that man has given me more joy. He gave me more joy watching him wrestle that broom than I don't think anybody ever has.
Look, man, that man gave hope to New Japan that your Gaijin can go in there and do something enormous, and opening the doors for other Gaijins to come into the product and not just focus on just their goal.
No, I ain't gonna go that far because
I'll say I'm going that far to reviving it. We could go back in the days when it was like, of course, Stan Hansen.
There's a man named Finn.
I'm not. That's what I was going to get to his name too. I'm just going back. I'm going before Finn, Stan Hansen. That's what I'm going back to. That's what I'm trying to go back to.
All right, that's fair. But I'm just saying, I don't know if we want to give all that to Kenny, but I will say
I wouldn't say it revived it because after Finn left and AJ, that's where like, okay, we're going to go with this. That's where I'm saying.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback, but yes. To your point, Kenny was a beacon who basically said, out of everybody, Finn, Stan, and all the rest of them, Kenny was the type of guy who was actually more of an acolyte for Japanese wrestling, for bringing in Western guys to know that you actually can have a real career here. Even though that was kind of a well-kept secret, Kenny was one of the loudest people saying you can pretty much breaking that secret, saying you can have a good career here for his generation of wrestlers. That exactly. I will say for a fact. Like if it wasn't for Kenny, I think a lot of people wouldn't have I watched Japanese wrestling beforehand, but yeah, I think it started to become more mainstream when Kenny started doing his matches. So,
yes, 100%. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like you're right.
Timing might be a little bit different, but I think Kenny was probably one of the big names because I remember Jim Cornette being really pissed at him for no goddamn reason.
Exactly. And Bagel, another 499. If Fit sends Uriah Connors to distract the ref, then team with Hornswoggle to hit Christian with the Irish. No. Keep Hornswoggle away from this. No.
I mean, technically, it's not wrong. Can you bring that up for a second? Because let's face it, Hornswoggle is technically Fit Finley's kid as well. So the half brothers actually might come in and help. So that is not exactly the worst booking in the world. That's actually a brilliant move right there. That shit would be great.
And then let's see. So here's the biggest question. So the biggest question here is, remember, the uncertain agenda here is basically with the Osprey and with the Monet, because she's facing Maya World in the finals. I know we talked about her. We touched it. Should have been Willow. It was Willow's spot technically for her to make it to the finals, probably her winning it all, be the one to maybe going after Tekla at All In for a belt. But now we're getting Monet. And like, just to clarify, you tell me if I'm wrong with what I'm saying. Like, this is the second time that Tony Khan is not giving us Athena and Monet. There has to be a reason. He teased us twice for it. We didn't get it. What is, like, I just don't understand. Is there something behind the scenes that we don't know, that these two women probably has an ego that they don't want to put each other over? They don't want to lose towards each other. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't want to, like,
heels. They are two heels.
So what? So
no,
what?
No, don't you see? Like, it's the same. Like, I'll give you a perfect example of it. When the Midnight Express, who were heels, y'all, I'm about to be old man real quick. Back in my day, when the Midnight Express was fighting the Road Warriors, who were also heels,
yes,
the Midnight Express had to fight as a face.
Yes.
Here's the problem. Athena is masterful as a heel. Mercedes Moné is masterful as a heel. Why would you fuck that up? Why would you fuck that up? Like, literally, one of them will have to fight face for the match to work.
But can you say this could have been your actual Forbidden Door type of match, because you never had these women to one-on-one? You had them in tag teams, right? But like, you know, or triple threats, but never a one-on-one. Like them two facing each other at their prime right now.
But
that's where I'm trying to get to.
That's fine, but like right now is not the time for it. Because let's face it,
you want to hold this back? You want to hold this fucking match back still?
Athena is the ROH champion. Mercedes has her belt. But the point of the matter is this tournament is about bringing in young talent to come up and go for the title shot.
So you have Maya World winning here.
Right now, Maya World has pretty much, and I talked about this before, Maya World is the Cinderella story. She wasn't supposed to be in a tournament, and she has gotten farther and someone who wasn't supposed to be in that tournament. And if you want a real story, it's literally Bloodsport, the storyline from Bloodsport.
Okay, yep, I see what you mean now.
So, but the point is, and like, don't get me wrong, and Athena losing does not take anything away from her. It does not. And
I know that. I agree.
Let's face it, Athena and Mercedes as a quote unquote evil team is hilarious. They did it. Remember when they were a tag team?
That's right.
Together. Yeah. Mercedes was hilarious. Athena brought out a side of her that was evil and diabolical and extremely amusing.
Yes.
So having them fight each other, in my opinion, literally kills both of their heel runs. Because here's the thing. I want to see Mercedes as a face. God bless her. She is a great asshole, with all due respect, ma'am. And Athena, also a great asshole, with all due respect, ma'am. They are wonderful as villains. I don't want to see them even come close to a face. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and nobody wants to agree with me, when Stone Cold Austin was part of the two-man ego trip with Triple H, it was amazing, and I preferred that Stone Cold Steve Austin to the tween we got. Because I know people love to face Austin, but that villain. Then again, I do have a problem. I prefer villains over heroes. So, because I was a
that's why you're the heel. That's why you're the Aqua man. That's what.
So I will accept that. But the point of the matter is that, because like I said, the biggest problem in wrestling today, and this is my issue, is we ain't got no real villains. We got a few people who like being villains, but every so often there'll be a villain on wrestling and then go on Twitter and see something nice about somebody's mama. I don't want to see that.
So in this case, you have Maya World actually winning in Cinderella story for Tekla?
Yes. Yes, because honestly, if you see Mercedes and Tekla, who are you going to root for?
That's where you could turn Monet into a face.
That's what I do not want. Mercedes, let's face it, Mercedes is more fun as a villain than a face. And I don't want to see Tekla as a face. I don't want that. I want that asshole.
It's a tough one. This is what I'm doing. Okay. that's your Cinderella story, right? But I'm gonna say this right now. Maya wins it, but Tekla's gonna persuade her to cash in early, way before All In, and then they're gonna have another challenge to open that door for Tekla to. That's where I feel. If honestly,
why don't you want Maya going for the belt, man? Why you hate her?
Hold on. First of all, I'm not hating on her. I'm not hating on her. I'm not hating on her.
I mean, do you dislike short girls? I don't know, man. What's up?
I do like short girls. What are you talking about? My wife is short. I'm talking about I'm talking about. Look, I'm talking about the fact is that I'm not saying it's not gonna be a great builder for Maya World. I think it would be. But something tells me that they're gonna do something different this time for it. Unless if they go your direction, Cinderella story, then I'm okay with that. I'm not hating on it.
I just want to hear Tekla I just want to hear Tekla call her a dumb bitch one more time.
Oh yeah, she's calling everybody dumb bitches. Like, hey, what's up, dumb bitches?
But again, like I said, like truth be told, but I think the problem is that with Willow going down, it's a little bit harder for people to see the scenario.
That would have to into it.
Yeah, because let's face it, Willow went down. So they brought in Maya World respectfully, and so, but she's doing amazing, and she's been doing a wonderful job of everything. And I think people just don't see it. See the potential in that girl, in my opinion, because I think whether she wins or lose against Tekla, and I'm pretty sure she's going to lose, but whether she wins or lose, it's a huge step for her.
Agreed. I'm not disagreeing at all. I agree.
So I'm okay. So I'm okay if she goes all the way through, gets to Tekla, and loses, because I think the tournament is not about getting somebody over to become a champion. The tournament's about just getting somebody over. Or getting a few people over.
Well, getting over without even winning the belt. Just getting there to the storytelling itself, ahead to the beating the chase, that you have the potential to be a chaser for a belt in the future. So exactly. I get what you mean.
But the point is, like, think about it. Everyone who does it, like I say, let's think about it. We are still talking about Athena, and she's lost, but the tournament was great for her. Mercedes came in, only had 2 matches, and it was great for her. The storyline is Maya World beats Athena, has to and Fort Mercedes, and they did the okie doke on it and jumped her from behind. That's another great story. No matter what happens, whether a Maya World wins or lose, her build up to Tekla will go through again Athena and Mercedes again.
That's true. After what happened after the match on Collision, I saw that. By the way, she did a great job. By the way, amazing what she did with Athena.
But that's what the Owen Hart tournament does, and that's the reason why I'm extra hard on the King of the Ring tournament.
I agree.
The storyline for Owen Hart is like it does not end at the tournament. 9 times out of 10, there will be a spin-off storyline because of what happened during that tournament, and you see it develop. Like right now, Maya, or for somebody who honestly we haven't seen until that night, she already got 2 beefs already she got to deal with.
Oh yeah, and I'm excited to see how you mentioned is heading into it. So I agree with you. You're saying
that's the best part. So Tekla honestly is a past thought. Like she's not even part of the storyline.
Not yet, because I like her story. What she's doing over there with Stardom. But however, like to add what you're saying though, I get your point, because a Collision. I don't know if you saw. You see how even Athena had to tell her, "Come pin me." Like we heard the mic. And it stuck that we caught it, right? Yeah. So but however, I get what you're saying, because this is going to give her the opportunity to learn from these 2 veterans. Yeah. While she's ready to face Tekla at All In, if she wins the tournament, then that's where your Cinderella story could right there begin to elevate.
And let's face it, what I'm enjoying most about that particular part, and that was something you picked up on, is that they are literally on live television in 4K. You see them building up a talent.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it.
And not just building up a talent to build up a talent. Like the one big issue, and we just talked about this. You got and respectfully to WWE, and I apologize for the comparison. You got Kalani, you got Jada Parker. These people have come up, and they need their shot.
Yep.
They need their shot, not because I think they deserve it, but because I think they put in the work for it. You go to AEW, These are young cats who literally, like Maya World especially, you see, like you said to yourself, Athena's basically helping get her over, showing her, giving her the ropes, giving her the training that she needs. But the truth of the matter is that they're teaching her how to be an AEW women's champion. They're teaching her how to make it to the TNT level, to the top level. Even if she doesn't have a belt, they're teaching her how to carry herself in matches to become a champion, which is the thing I enjoy most about it, because that's the story. That's the subtext for the story that's going on right now. It's not about who's going to win or who's going to lose. It's like, and from a booking standpoint, who's going to be the next big thing?
Agreed.
Who's going to be the next big thing? And Maya World has the potential to be that person.
Agreed. And there you go. You see, we're getting our 0 hour because right now OGK is telling us right now, breaking news, Great O'Khan and Hanari issued a challenge to any AEW tag team at Forbidden Door.
Who?
Hanari and Great O'Khan are issuing a challenge to any AEW tag team for Forbidden Door.
They just starting shit, ain't they?
This is starting shit.
I mean, first of all, I blame Yoda Tsuji for all this shit. He out here cussing out AEW left and right, and all of a sudden the entire roster trying to start some shit.
Yeah, we'll get to that. This is Bagel saying, I remember the producer got mad at Kenny for not having psychology in the ring, so he told him to work a body part so Kenny could spend the match working his opponent.
Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah.
Oh my God! Let's see, but both Monet and Maya weren't originally in the tournament. We know that. We know, but injury.
With the injuries and Willow going down kind of changed it. And again, shout out to the booking for that one, because that is an excellent record. That is, what's the word we use? That's an excellent plan B.
Yeah, exactly. Because they had to do it at plan B. And I'm not mad at it, to be honest. I'm not mad at the plan B. They did it right because they already had plans already for the other women on the TBS Survivor to the Fittest. So Khan did a great job doing these brackets, and then we still got next week's. We still got Marina versus Hardy Cameron for that Survivor Fittest. You got Queen Aminata versus Red Velvet to get in that qualification. So I'm excited to see how that's going to be. And I already said it. I'm going to say it again. Hardy Cameron should win it. That's going to be her belt. I think she deserves to win that TBS title. I think she's needs the one to win it, and the one who will put her over will be Statlander. Statlander will put her over.
I'm going to disagree with you, my friend.
Oh, who do you got? Queen
Aminata deserves that goddamn belt. That woman has put in the work and literally have had banger after banger after banger matches.
I'm not saying wrong about that.
The only reason her momentum got slowed down is because she got hurt.
I know, man. That sucked because she was getting them a momentum. I remember that.
I think giving that belt to Queen Aminata would be amazing.
I like that too. I'm not disagreeing that. I like that too.
And don't get me wrong, no disrespect to Harley Cameron, but she already had her belt
as a tag team, but not as a singles title. That's the difference. And now she's
a belt is a belt, bro. A belt is a belt. So, with all due respect to Harley Cameron, I actually think Queen Aminata would do it. No, I don't think we're due. I don't think we are. I mean, honestly, I don't see that. And honestly, that'd be one hell of a story if you could make that happen.
They gotta have to do a lot of things to turn around that story because they got enough time to do it though. But I mean, before we move on to the next one, because we haven't even moved on to the next one. So Ospreay, Swerve, how are you gonna tell this story heading into All In? That is the biggest question. It's a tough one, right? It's a tough one.
So I got two mindsets for the booking. My first mindset is Ospreay wins, goes after MJF, gets the belt, and Ospreay finally gets the belt. Second booking plan is Swerve wins, goes after MJF, wins, and then we get Swerve and Ospreay one more time.
At a what? All Out?
Probably. But again, I mean, that's a long storyline. And I think so. Here's my argument is this: like, I think it works for Swerve to win because I think AEW's championship does much better when it's on a heel. And not that I don't think Will Ospreay be great, But I think seeing Will Ospreay chase after Swerve would be great.
Mm.
Because at that point, that also opens the door for Hangman to come back.
That was going to say that because Justin said that I think this past week on the watch, like his prediction, I agree with him. I kind of like the idea. Swerve wins it. However, you know, there's going to be a battle that MJF's going to hire all these people to make sure that he doesn't lose that belt. But there's one man that can make the stop to it, and that's Hangman Page. Because you might remember MJF caused him not to get a championship rematch, you know, again, if he has a belt. So, and then you can have Hangman after with Swerve again to get that contendership for, you know, Will Ospreay. You know, that could be like another great story there too. So it's uncertain what the fuck they're gonna do, man. That's why it's hard. I don't know
if we're doing that storyline, then yeah, you can just have Hangman screw over MJF, because if MJF doesn't have the belt, MJF can go after Swerve, and then that's when he gets the championship. And then the next night, Hangman goes, "I'm coming after the belt."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Will Ospreay comes out, and as much as I'm not a big fan of him, you could theoretically have a 3-way dance, which I don't think is a good call. But if they do, they do.
Yep. And then Steven saying that, but imagine if the Death Riders cost Will or Newman turns on Will.
Well, that's already happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
Newman has already turned on Will, and they've actually haven't. But it's like a Cold War more than anything else.
And shout out to JT right here.
But since Newman got hurt, I don't think that storyline is going to happen.
It backtracked, so there's going to be, they got to go with a plan B on this one. So, and who does MJF? I forgot they have Redemption pay-per-view too. I still think that it's a long shot for Omega and Ospreay all in. That's what I'm thinking too. That's where I was originally saying. I still want to stick to that too, because remember how there's, remember what I told you like last week? I told you like the whole build up, right? And I still feel that could happen too.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That's where this is uncertain of where.
I mean, the only good thing is, unlike Cody and Gunther or Cody and Roman, you really can't pick who's going to win.
Yeah.
Because the problem is you can game out both scenarios, and both scenarios make you happy. So you can't. So you got to figure out you can't pick which one you want, because then it just turns into personal taste more than anything else. Do I want Ospreay to be champion? Yes. Do I want Swerve to be a 2-time champion for AEW? Yes. But so in
that is going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like Andrade in that cage match is going to be like, man,
Steven, how you know?
Oh, it looks like it is that time, right?
How you know? Who? He knows. How do you know? It's fine.
Shout out to Leo Rush winning the TV title from Ring of Honor too, man.
Yeah, shout out to him. But first of all, the MJF thing and Andrade is going to be interesting.
Hell yeah!
Like I said, that's the best thing about this. That's the best thing about Forbidden Door right now. Everyone in there, it's like NXT. Everyone in there, you're going, I don't know who I want to win.
I don't know. It's a tough one. It's
no matter who wins, the fans win, because it's going to be a great match, and it's a good storyline. Because both sides have a really good story that you want to see them achieve their goal. Like Maya World versus Mercedes, you still want to see both of them win. But the reason I love Athena and Mercedes is that they are, but the reason I love Athena and Mercedes is that they are, despite what the fans might think, they are incredibly generous with other wrestlers. Absolutely. They are incredibly generous. Like, they have always pretty much worked to put people over. And the fact that they're kind of hand walking Maya World up the ladder is even really nice. And but then again, most of the talent in AEW have been doing that.
Absolutely.
So
what's going to be hard in this one though? Is this bad boy?
Oh Jesus!
Oh
my! Sir, I'm just going to watch this one. I ain't making no predictions.
I'm shit, man. But see, remember, there's still 4 spots there. Obviously in each bag. So you have Taichi, of course, versus Ice. You have, you have ELP fighting Ayuga. You have, Yoshihashi fighting Aaron Wolf. You have Oscar versus, of course, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, Mr. Jack Daniels guy. I can't forget his name. I can't believe it. But look at the bracket. You saw the bracket, and I don't know how Newman's going to do it with that injury. I think he's going to be disqualified throughout the beginning, my opinion. So. And Gabe Kidd in the same thing with Drilla Maloney. We saw what Gabe Kidd told Drilla Maloney during, his matchup, his triple threat. And again, to shout out to the triple threat because that was a banger match. That was match of the night.
Gabe Kidd looking for revenge because remember last year he got hurt and had to leave.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That he is looking for revenge. And this man in the same bracket with Drilla Maloney. This is where they can push Maloney now. If I would push him, if I was me, I will put Drilla Maloney in the semifinals with Gabe Kidd on this one. Since Newman is out right now. And the other side, I would put Konosuke and Yoda Tsuji in the semifinals. And I wouldn't mind being Takeshi Drilla Maloney in this one, to be honest with you. This is where now you have Drilla Maloney going on face because the crowd is loving him now. He's becoming a face now over there. And I am loving this so much right now. This man right here I'm excited. This is going to be an exciting G1. Just looking at the fucking bracket, I'm excited. But that's what I mean. I don't know who else can you put in this situation.
Well, that's the thing. So once again, this goes into my thing. This goes into my storyline. The tournament job should pretty much be able to build up talent.
Yep.
Build up new talent and tell really good future stories. And I'm gonna tell you right now, G1 has like this. I mean, this G1's insane. I don't even know. I'm like, thank God I'm not living in Japan. I wouldn't get no sleep.
I mean, shit. I mean, this is the toughest G1. I mean, you're right.
This is honestly, this is early 2000s G1. This is early 2000s.
I like
G1.
that. I like the comparison. I like that.
Also, do not be surprised if Gabe Kidd shows up at Forbidden Door somehow.
Well, remember he said you heard it's supposed to because he's having visa issues. That's why he's stuck over there right now in Japan. That's the reason. He said it on a post show.
That's what he says.
I know.
But I mean, you can do some things.
That's true.
I mean, like I said, I'm not he already won.
Yeah, he already won it, Steven. He's not gonna go back to back.
I don't think it's gonna let him do a back to back. I think this is gonna be and I'm gonna say this, it's gonna be a young boy or a young boy thing.
It's a future young talent. You know who else I wouldn't mind? Shota Umino.
That's not even a young talent though.
Yes, what are you talking about? He is a young talent, like meaning that he graduated.
I guess. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, the problem is I've seen him around so much. I'm like, he kind of feel like an OG to me at this point.
I mean,
because he's been bouncing around a lot in New Japan. So.
Well, the other option would be since he dropped the never open weight, Ren Narita.
Yeah, I'm actually more inclined to let Ren Narita win it because he feels more like a newbie that G1 needs. But again, it would also depend on how his matches go.
Look, he's evil passed him the torch. This man is now took over House of Torture. This man is a guy who probably could be your evil of your future, basically evil 2.0, but he's already being that already right now. That's another one right there.
That's
I mean, Drilla Maloney too. You know, it's a tough one. This is the hardest freaking G1 I ever seen. It's hard for me.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to lean on Ren Narita to win this one. I agree with you about Shooter. But I will be honest with you. I am more inclined to pretty much lean on Ren Narita because Ren Narita feels like he's got the biggest momentum going on right now. But what I will say is G1 is notorious for doing what I refer to as the Oscar nomination thing, where they will literally nominate you for the year before something, but not let you win until next year. So what I mean by that is that you'll do really, really well in the current year G1, and then when the next G1 happens, you win that one. because that's what happened with Takeshita.
Who was in the final? It was him and Yoda in the finals, right? Last year.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. So
I kind of feel like there's going to be whoever the MVP is, that person will not win the G1, but they will win it the next year.
This is the toughest one, man. I don't know, man. I like Yuya Imura too. I like him, but I don't think.
Yeah, goddamn.
I don't think, but my opinion, I don't feel like he's not there yet. I think he needs.
No, he's not. But I actually see him being a most valuable. I do see him being the MVP, though.
I like that.
Because I think because the G1 is notorious for letting somebody show out and become like the guy, but missing it by like 1 or 2 matches, and then the next year coming in, because that's what Takeshita did, and I think that happened to Kenny, and I think that happened to Okada too. Yes,
that's correct. That is correct.
And those guys have gone on to be pretty decent wrestlers, I think. So I think that's what technically he is, but I think the problem is that I don't know what this new construct, what the new Death Riders, because technically, if you think about it, Death Riders are no longer heels in AEW.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm kind of lost. I know when he mentioned in the post show, Gabe Kid got me lost of like, wait a minute, what the fuck? So it's like, but I feel he's using that as an excuse. I feel like he's just getting his redemption for not being, how you said earlier, like he couldn't finish his last one G1 because he got injured. He had to be disqualified. So he could be full time here. Maybe he could make it to semifinals. I don't know who to go for this one.
Truth be told, he might not be with the Death Riders anymore. Like that storyline may have ended.
It should have ended, right?
After the Moxley thing, I think the Gabe Kidd storyline probably ended with the Death Riders, which is fine. Yeah. But JT, I'm not sure if he's still technically with them.
Yeah, even though he mentioned it right there, because it's like, oh, you thought you're part of the Death Riders showed up, like giving a promo, and then Pac putting a promo challenging him about like Gabe Kidd, what he did to him. Let's see. G was going to make me. Yep, of course. Shout out, of course, the Get Show. Don't forget the podcast. Never.
Get what? Get show.
Get show podcast, baby. I don't know who to go for this one, man. This is a tough one. But
I mean, that's the best part of a tournament, honestly.
Look, I see Shota Umino as your. I said this a long time ago too. I think if you remember, I said Shota is going to be your future Tanahashi. He has that in his own way, by the way. In his own way, he has that. Ren Narita is already being that evil part 2.0, right? He's getting there, but he's building his own story, his own journey. And I like Narita, what he's doing right now over there too. Yuya Uemura, man, he reminds me, I can't even say maybe young version Sonata, but then he has the young version of like Shingo as well, because he's aggressive too, like Shingo Takagi. So it's like those are the features of this fucking this product. Those kids right there. And then I hope Iwa. I mean, I love you, ELP, but Iwa, I hope he gets in and win and gets in there because he deserves to get in there. That kid with Zambre's Young Lion, fuck yeah, dude.
I will say this: whoever wins the G1 at the next pay-per-view for New Japan wins the title. Whoever wins, so it depends on who you want to see with the title. Because at this point in time, Yota Tsuji at this point will have the belt by the time the end of the G1 happens. So then you got to ask yourself, in the G1, who do you want to see with the IWGP title? And at this point, you have Ren Narita, Shooter, Ouya. And at this point, if I had to pick somebody, I'd pick Ren Narita more than anything.
I'm with you. As much as people may not like it, but I would go with Narita.
Because like at this point, Ren Narita, chaos. He's got the biggest push. He's got the biggest momentum right now. And no offense to Shooter, Ren has had some more banger matches, and I hate to say it that way because God knows I love Shooter as well. But like I said, whoever wins the G1 gets to be champion. And I think that's going to be the biggest push for who wins the G1, who they want to have the title with. And I think it's going to be someone Yuta really values, and it's going to be someone, and this is going to be my thing, I think
I'm sorry. Brenda Reed is like an evil Asian kid looking for love for his
Getcho is no longer allowed to make comments on this thing.
I love that. I love that.
But like I said, and this is gonna be the funny part. I feel like whoever Yuta loses to in the G1 is gonna be the winner. Like in the finals, I mean.
On his bracket.
Yeah, I think so. Whoever I can't, like I said, I'm having a hard time picturing it exactly right now, but I think the person who gets to win the G1 will have to go through Yuta at least once.
It's a tough one, honestly. It's just a fucking tough one. It's tough. Honestly, it is. I don't know. I mean, Aaron Wolf, yeah, I mean, would I like to see him? Yes, but he's not ready yet. He's still green. He's still got a lot to learn.
I like him, but I don't think I ain't putting that much into that boy. He's still.
I wouldn't.
It's way too early.
It's way too early for him to get in this G1. I honestly don't think he'll be like ready. For me, I wouldn't like. For me, you know who I want to have another run. Actually, you know who I would choose to actually beat Yota Tsuji.
Yes,
Taichi. Give Taichi that fucking make him go advance in there. Have Taichi. Because that man's underrated. That man deserves to have at least a title shot and win a championship. He has never gotten an underrated. Never has given the opportunity.
I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have that one.
Hey, Taichi's the guy, man.
I was never really swayed by him. I thought he did good work, but I was never really swayed by him per se. But I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be horribly mad. But I will be honest with you, though. Like I said, the problem is this is the plan B because Callum Newman, Yota was just supposed to be in the tournament, and Callum Newman was supposed to still have the belt.
Yes.
So this is a little bit of a, like I said, this is a little bit of a little bit of a plan B situation kind of thing. But I think the Ren Narita plan is going to work, and I think again, I still stick to my plan. It's going to go through. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be too young a line, but I think it's going to be someone who's been in for 5 years. So
I would say Taichi in the finals.
Well, yeah, in the finals, yeah, easy. The finals will be easy. And the thing, don't get me wrong, the finals will be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't doubt that. I mean,
give me Taichi and Ren Narita in the finals. Fuck it. I'll do that.
That's a good call. That's a good call. I respect that.
That would be a great storytelling between those two. And I choose Narita to win because this Dominion, all those factions, all House of Torturers lost their belts except for Doki. He still has his, but wait, did he? No, he lost the belt. Sorry, he lost it. Yeah, he lost it. So, they all lost their belts. So this could be the rebrand for House of Torture with Narita leading the way, him winning the IWGP title at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
that could be the case here. So
if you want to build Ren Narita up right now, yeah, I think so.
This will be the perfect time to do it in this tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's JC saying?
Let's see. Fatu will take out Jay off camera, of course. Fatu will take Jay Spot against Oba. Brock takes out Oba when King Fatu. Fatu challenges Roman, not Cody, and that beats Roman at SummerSlam. Cody will face Sami at SummerSlam. That's a bold statement, but I don't know.
I mean, honestly, that's at least more interesting than what they got going on right now.
I like that idea.
That's way more intriguing, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think that's a better storyline, and honestly, storyline wise, that's a pretty good. That's a good story right there.
That is a great story. I like that. I'm excited for this G1, kicking off Chicago, but we'll see how that goes. But last topic of the night.
I'm excited because it's in Chicago, so we get to see it during our lifetime, during our wake, during our we awake.
We're going to be doing the watch along for that. That's for sure. That's for sure. Last topic of the night, folks, because we got the chaotic chaos happening in pretty not soon, but it will happen at, of course, 9:00 Eastern. So this is the last topic of the night because this is the biggest one of all time because what we discussed about earlier about with the whole Tesla situation about talents working on the promotions and a long time ago. But Bobby Ventura wanted to start a union because of that nature, because of other. Yep, because of that situation, of course, having other talent, independent contractors to get bookings, get paid, and go and wrestle in other territories, and which is he wanted to unify every talent to become a union. Now that we're in this, you mentioned about Yota Tsuji, about what his comment made about AEW, why he refuses to go. It's still questionable because we don't even know if this will work, what he's saying, or he's actually being legitimately true. So that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know where that direction with Yota, because I question that. I get his points, but I question it. Is like, I'm like, man, is this a work or what? But then again, I mean, you don't have this. Is it too late for him to book at Forbidden Door anyways? Because it could have been MJ versus Yota, but they didn't do that. Well, it was supposed to be probably maybe Cal Newman versus MJ. Who knows? I don't know. It could have been a lot of things there. So now with the situation with the whole TNA telling, hey, you choose here, choose there, all this, situation. Now, biggest question for you, our attorney at law, because you're attorney at law here for us. Should they create a union, independent contractors, all pro wrestling talents?
Here's my question. Here's my argument, and it's for a union, and this is why.
Okay.
If you are going to dictate where people work, even after they leave your company, you need to give them more of a parachute for it. You need to give them some type of benefit for sticking to that dream agreement, because technically, if you're doing that, you're basically telling them they can't make a livelihood. Because here's the thing, getting paid and sitting on the shelf does not make you money. All that's doing is put money in your pocket, but by the time that money ends, you got no place to go and you got to start all over. Because here's the thing, with that no compete clause, they can't even talk to another company.
Yep.
So what they're going to do? Get paid, stop getting paid, and then look for work? Or why can't they look for work while they're doing it? So a union would have done a much better job of handling contracts, set standards for contracts to prevent stuff that happened to the New Day from happening, set standards for not just healthcare, but also retirement, and also making sure that literally that these guys have a life before, during, and after the industry, so that we don't hear stories and we don't hear stories about them dying for whatever reason. Like, I mean, granted, obviously now quality of life is better.
Right.
They should not complain about the fact that, or I should say wrestlers in WWE should not complain about the fact that AEW guys are getting paid more than them.
Right.
I don't think there should be a standard for pay, because that's obviously company based and that based on skill set right there.
Exactly. Agreed.
There should be a level of care and cost effective benefits that everyone is like, kind of like a basic health plan, like most workplaces give, a basic care plan and a basic vacation package and that kind of stuff that unions help negotiate for wrestlers. Now, don't get me wrong, not everybody could probably afford to be in a union, but once they make enough to actually be in the union and they get into it, that union should have an apparatus for them for how to protect them from things like budget cuts, getting released, or shall we say predatory contracts that basically are benefit only the WWE. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, our lawyer could do that, but 9 times out of 10, most lawyers, even though they don't know the league, they don't know the wrestling business for most part. So most wrestlers they probably need a little bit of help of how to handle wrestling companies and things like that. And not to mention the fact that a union could actually provide stuff like resources for young wrestlers, or not just how to financially plan for themselves. Because let's face it, even though that most companies have that, there really isn't like like how to handle your business. Like, not like, how to work in the business, but like how to handle your money, how to handle your travel, how to save up for that kind of stuff that they don't get learned. Like, because the NBA has that. Basically, what it is essentially is they have a program where, like, as part of the union, you get stuff like, you get taught like how to manage your funds, how to like handle yourself, like what the proper etiquette is when you're a pro wrestler. And obviously that used to be done with like the old school guys talking to the younger guys, but the generation has changed. So having a union and I will say this, as much as it pains me to say, that's run by like some of the older generation guys, like like some obviously. I mean, honestly, if I had to pick somebody, I'd pick like Bully Ray, who at least has understanding of what the newest generation of wrestler is.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to them about like how to handle themselves in the business, how to handle the business itself, how to handle negotiations, how to prepare themselves for stuff in the business. And the union would be a good resource for kids who want to learn about how to be a professional wrestler. But the most important part is how to handle if they cut you.
That's true.
That's
the main thing. That is the main thing.
A bunch of resources that teaches you, like, okay, you've been cut from this company. What do you do next?
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of people know how to do that. And it takes them a while to kind of get started. Like, not everybody is going to be lucky like Nick Nemeth and Shotzi Blackheart and like Gigi Dolan. Because like
Killer Cross.
Yeah, and Killer Cross. Because their name got them where they want to be.
Yep.
And they had enough of a following to it, but like for someone like say, and I'll pick him what's his name? It's Lance Anoy. Lance Anoy, who unfortunately got hurt and got cut from WWE, and he had to pretty much, I don't want to say start all over, but basically kind of had to start all over in the independent scene all over again.
Yes.
And I mean, granted, he landed on his feet by picking a fight with his brother or cousin technically. But at the same time, not everybody has a Samoan heritage to fall back on.
Yeah.
So yeah, in my opinion, I think a union can be done, and they have to treat it like the players union in the NBA or the NFL.
It's just kind of like how you're saying they need an exact representative with the knowledge and with the experience, like how you mentioned, like a veteran of Bully Ray. And, I know you mentioned about the attorneys, but maybe one, I'm not saying they can, but based on the aspect of entertainment, it's like how, the entertainment industry they have a union with their entertainment attorney, right? They can help and they can get involved and help in that way too.
I mean, honestly, if it was me, if I had to build up a union myself, I'd make Bully Ray the president.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who his board would be. It pretty much would probably be half of ECW, probably. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad about that because like it'd be half of ECW, probably half of anybody he's ever fought in a ladder match with. But one of the person who I would definitely want on that board, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, absolutely.
Freddie Prinze Jr. would be, because he would be the guy, and I mean, ideally, I'd like it to be someone. Honestly, I'd like it to be someone like, if I had to pick someone, I'd like it to be John Cena, but only because he could teach them what to do after wrestling.
Exactly, because
but obviously John Cena is busy, so I pick Freddie Prinze Jr. And I think Freddie Prinze Jr. would probably be like a guy who could be like the one who teaches them how to transition out of wrestling once they retire and what to do. Or even honestly, even Stone Cold Steve Austin could do it.
Yeah, even Steve Austin, he's doing a great job doing his thing. He did some acting. He did, he's pretty, participating in doing, ATV runs and races, and he's having a great time with that and created his ranch. He did a lot of stuff.
Because the problem is that wrestling does everything it can to bring you into the business and teach you all about the business itself, but it does not do anything to teach you what you do when you either get cut from the business or get finished with the business.
Yeah, because you're scattered everywhere.
Basically. Yeah. So like, and you don't, even 9 times out of 10, when you retire, not everybody gets to retire in the company they started off with. Like look at Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels was a TNA. Christopher Daniels lived with TNA forever.
Yes,
and I honestly thought that man would retire at TNA, but he ended up retiring in AEW. And he, like I said, he's found his way. I mean, obviously the man's found his way, but like I said, it's stuff like that like they need a union not only for all that, but like to give them resources for how to handle after the business or after they get cut or after they have to find another way. Because I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people. Like, not so much that they don't know what to do. It's just like, what the fuck do I do? Yeah. Like they can do a bunch of stuff, but they don't know how to drill down to exactly what they want to do.
Yep.
And again, it may not be acting. Because like, who was it? the Lethal Weapon.
You're talking about Mel Gibson, or you're talking about Danny Glover, or you're talking about Riggs or Murtaugh? What are you talking about? Or Jet Li?
I mean, what a former WWE wrestler, MMA. I want to call him Shane, but it's not Shane. It's
No, I know you're talking about. Shit.
Steve Blackman. Thank you.
Steve Blackman. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Steve Blackman runs a bail bonds business.
Oh yeah. He runs for bail bonds business. Yes.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, did he fall into that, or did he just was that his plan?
That's a good question.
And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, or like Steve Blackman should have done something else. Yeah. But I think when he left the business, it would have been nice if he had some type of parachute to kind of help him figure out what his next steps were. Because I know there is an immediate sense of panic, and everyone that says this, when they get cut or they realize their time's almost over, there is a sense of panic. And what I don't want to see is a 70-year-old man trying to wrestle and recapture his glory because he don't know how to calm the fuck down. Looking at you, Ric Flair.
Well, yeah, that guy. He needs to stay off of social media. Yeah. Stop trying to sue your own son. Stop even
even worse. Someone who can't be medically cleared to wrestle, but still loves the business because they just haven't had enough time to. They keep wanting to come back. No offense, Nick. You have given us way too much already. Please don't try to come back.
I'll tell you this.
I love Foley to death. I just don't want to see.
He better not. He
does not need to come back because he has done everything you can possibly do. And I know this is just for him, and that's the only reason he's doing it. And I respect that. But the truth of the matter is that it's too dangerous.
I could tell you this. A great example where you're saying, watch the movie The Wrestler. It tells you right there.
Exactly.
How is it like
the Wrestler's the best example of it. That's like that is what I don't want to see happen to wrestlers anymore.
Exactly, and that's why like a union could, how you're saying, but it needs everything with the checklist in order for that to be and exist, to be one created and help the future of the talents who ever want to get in the industry of professional wrestling. So that's and I agree 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, and the best thing about them is that the union can also be a good gateway into pro wrestling.
Yes.
Let's face it. I do not like the fact that the WWE is the only name people know in wrestling.
And that's the problem that we're heading into this. But see, this is where the problem we're heading into this future, unfortunately, because it's like you're recycling something, repeating it back what it was the territory days, and then now be taking down every territory now. And while you have another one who is your the alternative, who creating a website, and you know how we talked about it. Okay, you're bringing in obviously independent products into your website, to your network, and I'm going to continue. It has to benefit both parties. It has to benefit to give, one, promoters to get exposure, two, so they could get obviously get ticket sales for their for their events. And it has to benefit, obviously, the founder of it, which is Tony Khan, with the website. What benefits him? So that's it. It has to do with I think what it needs to do is what Japan is doing. You see how Japan right now they have unified. They're all unified together because they stopped WWE to come into their territory. You're not creating no Japan NXT here, pal. Screw you. And that's why you had Noah and everybody else uniting together to avoid those type of dilemmas. It's
basically that, but it kind of touches on what you said with and this goes back to Grandma Wendy. Shout out to Grandma Wendy. She told me about a quote that Bruiser Brody made a long time ago, where he basically said, if we're not careful, the only wrestling people will think about, and I'm paraphrasing because like I said, Wendy knows it better than I do. Honestly, if we're not careful, the only wrestling people know about will be WWE.
Yeah.
And that is where we are right now.
Yes.
Because if you say AEW, nobody knows. If you say Progress, nobody knows. If you meant TNA or AAA, no one knows. But because of the way it's been built, people think the only wrestling they have is WWE. And that is why a union would pretty much be two things. Not only a protectorate for young and upcoming and like standard wrestlers in the business, but if you are interested in wrestling, you do not have to go through one, being abused by like a training school. It could be like a union certified training school. And it could be your gateway into wrestling where you don't have to go through WWE. Because let's face it, if you want to do WWE, if you do the NIL through WWE, you got to join the wrestling thing. You got to move to Florida. You got to do what they want. You got to do how they want to do it. But like if you want to do someone like, say, back in the day when it was WCW, you had to go to like the power plant in Atlanta. But like these days, there's enough training schools around, and the only difference is you don't know where to go. A union would be really good about this is a reputable place. This is a reputable place to go train at.
Yes.
Like that is what the power of a union can do for you. Like, because truth be told, the biggest problem with pro wrestling is that there's no regulatory system to prevent you from predators coming in, and not to mention stuff like exactly. But here's the thing, though, and I'll say this as well: there's no regulatory system to protect wrestlers from predators, or the stuff like the Me Too movement or the Speak Out movement. That's one example of what a union can protect you from, or should rather protect you from. And don't get me wrong, and Steven's right. The hardest part that comes up is the money.
That's the hardest part.
Because like I said, wrestlers when they're starting out don't make a lot of money. So not only is paying for injuries going to be really important, but they will have to learn how to pay for their dues and actually have to like mark out. But it basically means that they will have to be able to like learn how to ask for more money to cover not only their dues, but also cover their medical expenses and things like that.
Yeah.
And because it's for the most part, they're independent contractors. I'm not going to lie to you. Most of those cats are just doing it for the love of the business. Yeah. They don't know how to ask for money. They don't know how to benefit themselves because like they just feel lucky to be in it. And again, I understand that because it's a hard business to get into. And when you start, you're just excited and passionate about it.
Yeah.
But that said, they need some way to protect themselves. And I think that's where a union comes in. And on the flip side, they're right. It is a billionaire's problem. At the same time, promoters will have to be aware that there's the same practices they used to do, they can't do anymore. Now, obviously, they can book the way they book. But if they're not giving somebody work, a union can go in and go, this person isn't working for you. And you haven't we'll use the Ricky Saints argument. Ricky Saints had one hell of a run before he left AEW. He had a great run with CM Punk. And then after that, for a year, he sat on the shelf. Like a union, for me, if I was a union, I'd go to my union guy and go, hey, they haven't used me in a year. And if I leave, I can't wrestle for 90 days. And that don't make sense because technically I haven't wrestled for a year, but I still got to wait 90 days till my contract ends. How does that seem fair to anybody?
Yeah.
So that's like I said, and don't get me wrong, a lawyer could probably do that for you, but sometimes people ain't got that kind of money. Or they got that kind of, or more importantly, don't have that access to somebody who knows how to handle that kind of business.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Tony's got like ironclad lawyers for them contracts.
Oh, he does. And definitely does.
And I don't think he's a predator, but I do think that there are certain things that you go, Tony, you haven't used me in a year. I have been sitting on here in catering, enjoying your food for a year, and I still got to wait 90 days because no one's seen me.
Yeah,
like I said,
that's probably the only evil thing there because there's a difference between the both. Because you see how you mentioned that example, right? Another example, Danhausen. He had to wait. He had to wait, and then also the goes for Race Phoenix. Phoenix had to wait. He wanted to get out, but he had to wait until, and obviously Khan is a smart man. There's a reason why he did it that route. So it is like, on the other hand,
and again, we had this conversation. I told you it was a bullshit rule for Raymond. Because like the rule he put in about the injury clause, that clause only exists because NFL, baseball, and basketball had a law that if you got hurt doing a non-sporting activity, you owed them.
Yep.
Ray got hurt wrestling, and that's why he was on the shelf. That's why that clause exists. That's the spirit of that clause. They took it to a letter of law over some bullshit because technically he should have been able to go, I didn't get hurt doing some crap. I did it for you. So I need to get, like, I don't want the 90 days because think about it. If he was allowed to leave the same time as his brother, we get the Lucha Bros in WWE. I mean, would they be as great? Probably not. But still, whatever. We still get the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, where's the fuck they're doing, right? And I get you, JT. I get you, JT. I hear you, but it's like,
and I understand that. But here's the thing: people don't strike if they're being treated well.
That's exactly the problem. It's it's hard to get everybody to unify because everybody's treated differently, and we don't know what's behind the scenes of like how individually, you know.
That's the problem right there. Like the problem is that if you don't want someone to strike, you treat them fairly. And if you're having problems and you're unable to do it, you be transparent about it.
Yep.
You cannot go, we can't pay you this week, or we're gonna have to cut your paycheck because of this. You have to be like, when you do a weekly report, you have to be transparent so that they're aware of what's happening. Like you can't say we're going to cut your paychecks, but the CEOs and the executives of TKO literally got a $300 pay bump.
And that's what they did. Fucking assholes.
300% pay bump saying we ain't got enough money. Goes, oh, really? Because they just got a 300% pay bump. Like that right there is like, for me, if I found out half the roster was getting a pay cut, I'd go on strike.
Yeah.
Because thing is, and I know you might be saying, well, it wasn't you. Why would you? Because it will be me someday.
Exactly. And that's 100% agreed, you know, because then that's where the personas, you know, it questions the personas as well, because then from there either you're selfish or you're with this union, because it's like you want equal rights, you have to unify regardless of your you know, what is your credibilities, what you've done. Everybody equals the same, and you have to, you know, respect that. And that's where like ego comes in play, and that's where it questions a lot there, and is why it's at the same time kind of difficult to create this, because the ego, everybody's, as doesn't matter you're male, female, that ego stays in place. No, and then you know
that's how wrestling's built. The ego is literally how wrestling's built.
Absolutely, 100%.
And don't get me wrong. Do I think egos are going to go away? No, but I do believe that there needs to be a fundamental change in how pro wrestling is run. I think Tony has done a really good job of kind of kickstarting that idea.
Yes.
I think the way he handles his guys is great. I think, like I said, I think he's a good format for, but I don't think he's the end all be all of how to do it. But no. I do believe that he was a good catalyst for it right now. I mean, I'm not going to say like, you know, them making a lot of money is the only answer to it, because that's not the answer. The answer is like they need real protections. They need, and I mean, but do I think it can happen overnight? No, but I do think if they started a union and started working it out, and I mean, for me, if it was me again, I would like first I'd start off with a core group of wrestling promotions to start off with the union. Like I stick with like, I mean, granted they may own it, but like you get guys like, I mean, it'd be in America, obviously it'd be TNA, it'd be AEW, and it'd be WWE, because those are the big major talents. But then you could bring in someone like ROH, which is kind of same thing. But then you can have like House of Glory, but then you could bring in like, but I mean, because obviously if it's a union, you can't really go outside of America. But like, you start to bring in smaller independent promotions. Not only does it do a good job of like expanding everyone's reach into other promotions, it also does expand and release to make sure that everyone's treated not better, but like the very least, the bare minimum, it's fair.
Yeah.
I don't want everyone to make the same amount of money. Obviously, that is an unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, that's unrealistic for
sure. They need to be fair, because the number of times I've heard, like I said, the number of times I've heard about wrestlers barely making enough money to pretty much survive as a wrestler, working for WWE is bullshit.
That is a bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit.
And I'm like, because I still think about the fact that the Motor Machine Guns were like the lowest paid tag team in WWE before they were cut. And I'm trying to figure out, how is that even possible?
Right. That's where I'm at too with that. Because like, how's that even possible? You didn't even give an opportunity. You know, it's like, how is it that you don't even know what you have they're signed for? You're not giving an opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be like an instant, oh, he got it right away. Yeah, just start giving you can't pull the trigger that way. You're taking something and you're growing it into it's your plant, it's your tree that you're growing it to understand the system of it, your system of it, and also understanding, of course, the actual sport of professional wrestling and the from being on camera, from being off camera. So there's so much to it. It's just that's where like I feel it sucks because you're putting a lot of people at risk, like how you said, especially their system. You're telling them, here, you're signed, pal. Now you got to move to Florida. For what? You move to Florida, and then in 6 months to less than a year, hey, we got to cut you, man. We got to part ways. What the hell? You made me move, and I was already settled somewhere here, and now you made me move, and now I have to figure out how to get a job.
Scenario I'm afraid of, because it's about once that guy gets cut, what do they do next?
Exactly.
They don't know. Like they may, like I said, if they're really new and they just came out of college, they don't know about other promotions. They don't know who to contact for other promotions. They don't know where to go. They may not know about. Think about it. Did they know how to go to Japan? Did they know get an in for Japan? Probably not.
No.
Like I said, that's what it could be good for. ATS a really good question, and I'll be honest with you.
Do you think the South Star will step up and ask
I do not believe so, because honestly, and with all due respect to the top stars, they have no vested interest in it.
Yeah, they don't have. Yeah, the top stars.
They're a top star. They don't have to worry about that stuff. And as long as they stay on top, why would they worry about a union?
Yeah,
I think it needs to start from the ground up, or like Jesse Ventura, who's already retired or on his way out the door. Like Jesse Ventura was, because the truth of the matter is when you're at the top of the mountain, you are not looking down.
Exactly.
And and it's not because they're being disrespectful. It's just like they have to work at that level all the time. Yeah. And they don't have time to look back. And I mean, it's rough, but I respect it for most. And let's face it, we all have that mentality. Because again, it goes back to what you once said. The ego is how you get good in wrestling.
Yeah, it's true.
That's how you become a top guy.
Yeah. And then that's where like a lot of the selfishness comes in play, and then regardless of the teamwork that the other performers putting you, making you look good, but that's where the ego begins there, is because you're another performer with teamwork, making you look great outside of an audience, and then and they're focusing on you and not your partner who actually made you look good, and then you brush them off, and that's where ego comes in play, and that's where, how you mentioned, they don't look at the bottom, they look at the top, because they want to be there, they don't want to be down there. So like, it's 100% true. Is that you have to start in order for this to grow, it has to be from the bottom equally to get an understanding of where to reach the top, and then making it fair. Because from there, when you make it fair, nobody could bitch about it, because it's like it's a fair game. Because it's a fair game that they put themselves up in that situation. It's like it's like the sports of NBA, anything where you're getting signed. Hey, it's not their fault that they're talented and they're getting paid more than you. But however, they started at the bottom with like alongside with everybody. So that's where that's
like I said, that's where the hard part comes in, because if Roman Reigns has to pay dues the same amount as say Joe Hendry, there will be an argument that why doesn't Roman Reigns have to pay more, because he's a top guy making more money. And I'm like, that's just the way it goes. It's a flat fee. Yeah. If you want to make more money, make more money.
Yeah, exactly. And I know.
And that's a harsh reality that people don't. That's what the league has.
Yeah, exactly. And I know, and JT, I know you're asking that question. It's if those product things, of course you're gonna have them.
Yeah, JT, they do have guaranteed contracts.
Yes.
Like these days in WWE and AEW, they have guaranteed money.
It's guaranteed money, regardless if you're not getting used, you're going to get sitting down and getting paid. However, it's just that the exposure is where like it comes in play, because this is like, what am I doing here? I'm not doing anything. I'm like, this is one thing I'll give Tony Khan the leniency. He's not using his talents. However, he's allowing them to promote it on the independent promotions, which is fine. So but however, you still want exposure in the big leagues, not just in the independent promotions.
So here's the flip side of that. We mentioned Danhausen. So here's the interesting thing. Danhausen, even though he was not on air, he was not on TV for in 2025 at all for AEW. Still, his merch was still the number three most selling merch there.
Yep.
So you can make an argument that even though he's not on the air, his AEW is still selling his merch to make money. So that is something they will have to account for. So like that money would be affected adversely. Because like think about it. If you're not on TV, then you got to take the merch off the shelf.
Yeah.
But that means that person can't make money there, and that's gonna hurt some people. So, like I said, don't get me wrong. Like I am well aware that a union will come up with a new set of rules that pretty much changes the dynamics of the wrestling money and business.
Oh yeah, big time.
And I do recognize that, and I know a lot of people are like, it's not all pie in the sky. There will be some people who get hurt by it. Like for instance, like I said, like if it was me and I'm taking Danhausen off the air and the union says I'm going to pay him, but I can't have a 90-day clause on him, I'm going to stop selling his merch.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to take him off air and he's going to end up leaving immediately, I'm not going to keep his merch around because I know he's going to go away.
Yeah. That's true.
That should be the company's right. Is it fair? Not really, but it is what it is. That's business.
Exactly. Absolutely. Because it has to benefit both parties. They have to get their income, because if they're investing on you, they got to make sure they're getting their investment back.
Yeah.
And plus more.
And you can't say you're not there, so they can't make money off of you, but you still let them sell your merch.
Yeah.
So, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were the first ones to make guaranteed money from WCW.
They did. Eric Bischoff gave them that guarantee for sure right after they left. And that's why McMahon started to add the 90-day contract, on it, because right away what Bischoff created, basically, you could say. And that's how basically, technically, the 90-day clause began, basically, because of that. Right away, how they immediately left the E and went to WCW automatically when their contract was not renewed. So as much as McMahon wanted to renew them, but they said no. So once that date expired, the following day, it's the same what Rick Rude did the same thing. Rick Rude went over there the same day, both at the same time, went to WCW. Okay, I'm out. I'm done.
I think he was less bothered by Rick Rude than he was with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
Oh, of course, he was, because those were his guys that he thought that they were going to be loyal and stay, but they saw more. They saw the money. So in their defense, it's because he wouldn't pay him the way they wanted. No, yeah, of course. I was going to say that, but you're exactly 100%. No, you're right. Absolutely, that's what happened. So it's like, it's gonna be tough for them to the union. Like everything what you just broke down, it absolutely makes sense, and it has to be. And right now, for them to start it now, it's tough because everybody's already at that level.
Yeah,
it's just, that's where the difficult part.
And I think it's like I said, it's one of those things where it's like it really should have happened in the past. But I mean, at this point, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how they would do it, because it's like you said, it needs to happen. But the problem is the only two companies that could genuinely start a real union is AEW and WWE, and right now neither one has a vested reason in creating it. And honestly, they're the only ones who has the money to actually create a real union.
Yep.
And if they create the union, it needs to be an independent entity. Like the company can't be beholden to either one of them. So if that's going to be the case, if I'm a business guy, why am I going to create an entity with my money that's going to be independent of me? I'm not. That's a waste of my money.
Absolutely.
So it needs like I said, it's just really, really complicated. And I'm not even like, do I need to get a union? Yes. Do I think we're going to get one? Probably not.
Yeah. Being realistic, I'm being with you too. I'm with you 100%, because it's being realistic is not going to happen. I mean, would I love for it to be, for the benefits of the doubts of, medical expenses and learning how to save your money, all the beneficiaries? Yes. But it's not, unfortunately, where we're at currently now in this situation in professional wrestling. I mean, right now, no, but there could be a slight chance. Maybe that's depending on who's the future of, like, hey, if we're going to be up here, then we should be, unified, and then that's. But it's difficult. It's tough though. It's really tough to do that.
I'll be dead ass with you. The only people who need the union, honestly, are people who are in OVW, TNA, the lower card promotions, and anyone who's like in an NIL system or just in going into NXT, because those are the newest and most vulnerable population of wrestlers that don't know anything about wrestling business per se. Not like the actual psychology and that kind of stuff.
No, I know what you mean, but the business part,
but the actual business part of business.
100%.
And I think those are the most vulnerable people. Like even like smaller cards, like these independent promotions who we don't know about, who are doing shows. Like even if they can't even be a part of the union, which having a website where a resource that's being run that's regularly updated for these guys to check out on the regular, or like having something like, here's what a wrestling contract should look like. Here's what a something should look like. That kind of thing would be a godsend to a lot of these guys.
Damn, so that'd be something. If someone could really do that, that'd be amazing.
But again, the thing you have to remember is that these guys in AEW and WWE on the main cards of both of them, they have no reason to care about a union. And I don't mean just the top guys. And I think this goes back to, was it JT or Steven who asked? I can't remember which one. I'm sorry. But will a top guy do it? No, they have no reason to. So,
yeah, well, JT that asked.
I'm sorry, JT. Thank you. JT's. I agree. I'm saying I don't think they would need, like AEW and WWE does not need a union. For the most part, they don't. But places like TNA, places like HOG, places like whoever, like whatever, like whoever, GCW, or those kind of places, I think they do, because they need the resources on how to like be a business and run a business. Like, do I think like old veterans who have been wrestling for 10 years and just starting to do it need it? Probably not. But like a kid who's like 1 year old in the business, or 2 years old, they may not know everything. And let's face it, they still need to learn.
Yeah.
And the institutional knowledge that used to exist in wrestling is dying out.
Yeah, I mean, exposure-wise, I would say somehow, some way, right? I know that I don't know. You're right. It's kind of tough. There's no really to it, because even what Natalia's doing with her school, like her dungeon,
like I don't think people understand exactly how important that is.
That's important, and it's not. Even Bailey, what she's doing right now is like when she invites, has the invitational. Yeah, people pays, right? Yeah. But you're getting the knowledge from who is a veteran now in the product, and other appearances, like what she's doing as well.
And as much as I love Natalia, she can only do so much. And let's face it, her school is by invitation only. So it's
by invitation only.
It's not open to everybody.
It's not open to everybody.
I mean, the same thing goes for the Nightmare Factory. The same thing goes for even Rikishi's school, which is still open. I know.
Yeah, his, and then also you have House of Glory, Amazing Red. He has his school
promotion. Reality of Wrestling.
Yeah, you still have Booker T's. You have Defy.
Those are obviously those are like not invitation. You just pay to get in. But the truth of the matter is that not a lot of people, like I remember when I first heard about Reality Wrestling, I didn't know Booker T ran a school.
Yeah.
Sometimes like that, think about it, look at Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez went through a different route. She didn't do the NIL. She went through Reality of Wrestling.
Yep.
Booker T got her a job on NXT, and look how she's doing.
Yeah. Well, she went through a lot of pathways. She was there. Then, she went to, Ring of Honor before they got bought out. Yeah, exactly, so it's like she did a lot of things like independent circuit. But another promotion that I wish they could bring back, because they kind of helped too, was Shimmer. Shimmer was help the women to get who we got. The Baileys,
and I think that specifically is probably necessary, because like an all women's training organization for a lot of women, I think is probably one of the best places. And I mean, I don't think that's a requirement, because let's face it, there's always mixed tags everywhere. But sometimes it's a little intimidating to come into like a mixed audience trying to do wrestling.
Yeah, and and I know that Nick Wayne, he's still doing with his mom, still running Defy. You know, even though, you know, so they're still doing out there still. You got, you know, Sammy Callahan still has that school, you know, with him and Havoc, you know, they're doing their things with Revolver. You know, even though Moxley owns half of it too, but it doesn't matter. But they're doing stuff. It's just like how you said, it's the unfortunate part is owned by Invitational. Some of them are not, some are. Even we would go back in the days, Shawn Michaels, when he had his invitation, like
But that's the thing, like you said, most of those places are invitation only.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate.
Not everybody can get an invitation. And I mean, I understand why it has to be an invitation.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, wrestling is a very niche group, and not everyone gets into wrestling for the right reasons.
Yeah.
So I do respect the concept of the invitation only, but
protecting the tradition of it.
Yeah, but what happens when you find somebody who can't get in because they still love the business, but they just literally, like someone, like say for instance, they live in Idaho. Like, what the hell? I mean, granted, Seth Rollins, like, is a perfect example. That fucker had to drive 2.5 hours every day to go to wrestling school.
And now he made his own in Iowa. And then look at Penta. Penta did the same thing. And now where he was born and raised, and now he created one their gym with it.
Yeah, but not everybody has access to a car to drive 2.5 hours or even hop on a bus to do it. So I mean, there are things that, I mean, obviously there's things you have to like kind of account for yourself to do things, but like I said, wrestling is a very difficult business. And I'm not saying make it easy for everybody, but they should get a little bit of help.
At least open start, right? Like meaning like here's a door open. And now you're on your own.
I don't even need the door open. Just show them where the door is. They got to open
there
it
you go.
themselves. They just got to open it themselves.
That makes sense. And JT just answered your question quickly. Andrade, he pretty much got himself out of that and went back to AEW. He got out of that contract. And I know Natty deserves better. Roxanne went to quack school of wrestling. Yes. Yeah. The amount of talent that WWE has come to the Ring of Honor. I mean, that Ring of Honor and TNA, what do you think? There will be a bigger brand? I mean, they could be, but, you know, Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor, so that's not going to happen. Potato Wrestling Federation is in Idaho. Really get out of here. But
with the French fry tournament.
Oh man, this was a great topic. Awesome shit. I love it, man. But looks like we're an hour and a half away from Chaotic Chaos for Kayla. She's gonna have an open mic, so make sure you ask the questions. She will answer them with straight honest. So get ready for that. I'm excited. Anything you want to ask her, she said. So I don't know what she's gonna be. I am curious to know. But folks, I believe it is that time, folks.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
And we appreciate you all for joining us here for this fantastic, indubitably splendiferous, fantastic show tonight that we had. I mean, great topics we had tonight. We went a lot of things that we just wanted to get out of the way because I know this weekend we're not going to have a chance to. Because obviously we're going to have these watch parties here on this network, folks. And of course, I'm not going to be around because it's my birthday on Saturday. So I'm sorry. I'm not gonna...
I mean, and Forbidden Door is going to kill me.
Forbidden Door is going to kill me too. Isn't it just like, yeah, I'm taking Monday off.
Okay. I see you.
Oh, yeah. House of Dragons is back tonight. House of Dragons.
Lord Jesus.
No, this is definitely derailing later on tonight. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a lot for Kayla. So I'm excited for that. For folks that came and joined us today, and happy early birthday, JT. Mine's the 27th. So you're on Friday. Nice. I'm on Saturday. But again, folks, we appreciate you for joining us here tonight. People that are watching and listening around the world. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, notification bell. We're here to you almost 7 days a week, folks, providing you great watch-alongs of watching, of course, from Raw to NXT to AEW to TNA to SmackDown to anything, happening. Of course, debates, of course, what we have here. And we have the Chaotic Chaos, and we have all of that. And happy early birthday to your mom too. Same birthday. There you go. Fantastic, JT. But again, we appreciate you all. We may be back Thursday. I don't know. I am questioning it, depending. It might be just just maybe doing an open mic, maybe like Chaos Top and Style, maybe barbecue, pre-birthday celebration with me, and then ask us questions. That could be the case here because we already covered everything what's happening this weekend coming up. Yeah, so we're not gonna cover nothing else. We're just gonna be like, all right, ask us questions possibly, and then we'll answer it for you. Or any news coming up, but we probably hear and we'll probably discuss and debate about that. But again, folks, we appreciate you. Don't go anywhere. Come back here in an hour, and in the next hour and a half, Chaotic Chaos will be live, and open mic night is coming. And I hope you guys liked what something different, right? You see behind us, it's moving around the whole time, shooting stars and everything. I don't know if people noticed that, but I mean, I don't even know if Pepsi Phil noticed that. It's like, hey, we had a video background today. It was a test to do it, and it worked great. But like I said, folks, we do here 4 things. We discuss, we derail, we debate. Sometimes, we detonate, and that's how you go. Sometimes we detonate, but at the end, our attorney law will tell you there are 3 words that we do here in this network, and he's going to tell it for you, folks. What are the 3 words that we do here, attorney law?
Hold on. We make history.
That's right, folks. See you later. Bye.
Must be Juju. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Oh my God, it's so great. And together, we make history.
Like a